fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills.
There he is, the legend. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. You can't literally run a promotion just for the AEW, what do they call them, sickos?
Thank you very much, TikTok and AEW. See you tonight.
Tony Khan started telling people there's no such thing as long-term booking anymore. It's week to week.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
We have just secured the bag.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It was just sort of happened naturally. But it was never something I intended. It was just something that happened because the wrestlers asked me to do things in matches, and I do them.
If you run a promotion just for the sickos, you're going to do 400,000 viewers eventually.
Effing melts. You know that SmackDown actually went over and everything?
Yeah.
You know,
What's the point?
the point of SmackDown.
What are you getting at here?
That the DVRs didn't pick it up.
Did they not pick it up?
Mine didn't.
Let's get into everybody's favorite moment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week.
What would you like to listen to in your ears?
I'd like to hear the flute.
Well, if you'd like to flaunt your flute, then we can find you a flautist.
We have just secured the bag.
It doesn't help me.
Okay, so complain, but
I will complain.
Let me have my misery.
And when I heard that, I was like, what?
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
You got to run a promotion for everybody. The sickos can be the ones that buy tickets first and spend the most money on the merchandise.
Because we have just secured the bag.
But, like, you got to promote for everybody. Then you'll have a lot of viewers.
I think we proved a lot of so-called experts. We made them look like idiots. We're not going anywhere. Tony Khan's not going anywhere.
You'll also be there on TNT. You'll be in two places at once. It'll be like my favorite movie. Time. It's so great, Pittsburgh.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It sort of happened naturally.
the best guys, Tony Khan.
Keep themselves safe.
I look and see it's not just me.
Jack, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit on TV?
I look and see it's not just me.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild.
No. It doesn't make logical sense, but it makes.
Well, yes, of course.
But it makes wrestling booking sense. Of course, this makes no sense. Of course, okay, it makes no sense. However, in pro wrestling booking, which often makes no sense, you would do that. It's about making money. It's not about anything else. Wrestling's always been about making money first and foremost. That's it.
Yes, I look and see it's not just me.
Last weekend was the greatest weekend in AEW history. This is the greatest week.
I look and see it's not just me.
Security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk and we smile. We are the youth of smile. We stand, we won't fall. We're one and one for all. Nobody's on the wall. We are the youth of wild. We call us problem child. We spend our nights on trial. We walk and we smile. We are the youth of wild. We stand, we won't fall. We're one and one for all. Nobody's on the wall. We are the youth of wild. Wow! Yay!
If you're familiar with how we do things often here on these Wednesdays, it's a lot like one of my favorite movies, Time Cop.
What? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah!
Damn it, God damn it! Yay!
SDL. Two bad bitches, one hot track.
B3CCA, bitch.
Two bad bitches, one hot track.
Hello, hello. It's that B3 flow. You said you know me? I think you don't. My friends are rich and you're looking hella pro.
With Matt, I'm a real rough rider. Can't keep up, my arms must be tired. Slow-mo, super villain, Zack Snyder. You talk shit, but I know you're a subscriber.
DSL on our lips cause we're naughty. Hannah Montana acting like Miley. We can't stop cause we're the life of the party. Got your man squirming Scotty too hottie.
SDL with a $sign, ho.
B3CCA with the 3 cause I'm cool.
Face hat, ass fat, say that. Two bad bitches, one hot track. Haters on your grip, that's priceless. Haters on your dishes, that's wifeless. Diamonds in my mouth, I'm priceless. Always ready for a fight, come try us.
You thought I'm a thotty, you thought wrong. Just a hottie with a body and a thong. You wanna fight? Let's get bloody like Gary. I'm queen of the prom.
SDL with a $sign, ho.
B3CCA with a 3 cause I'm cool.
Top of the Indies now on top of the charts. We're spending our cash and breaking your hearts.
Cool.
Back in SDL, bitch. SDL, that's perfection.
Me and Steph are the dream that's inception.
Face high, fast, ass, big money, say that.
Two bad bitches, one hot track.
It's two bad bitches,
Two bad bitches, one hot track.
two bad bitches, one hot track.
B3CCA with the 3 cause I'm cool.
Top of the Indies now on top of the charts.
We're spending our cash and breaking your heart.
Two bad bitches, one hot track.
So, hairline. I have Paul London imitating Aubrey Edwards. You want to watch that video? You want to watch?
What do we got? Super Dave, Pro Wrestle Clips. Tony Khan has Camille and Megan Baines sitting at home being paid since 2023 for nothing. Come on now. It's not going to be the pod concept kettle black on that one. Truth is the truth. Becker was more over than Monet. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm reading slow. Becker was more over than Monet and is going to the big times. Absolutely. And I said that. I think I.
Yeah, it's B3CCA. It's Becca, bitch. B3CCA is the champion of AFA. B3CCA is the champion of AFA. Beating all these bitches and your dad is calling me his bae. B3CCA is the champion of AFA. B3CCA is the champion of AFA. B3CCA is the champion of AFA. beating all these bitches, and your dad is calling me his bae. P3CCA is the champion of AFA. She just likes to dance. I don't think that she can fight me. Get my heart rate up. I do that with your mom nightly. Sorry that I'm winning. I can beat your ass politely. Landing in LA, and all the people say CCA is the champion of AFA. P3CCA is the champion of AFA. Beating all these bitches, and your dad is calling me his bae. P3CCA is the champion of AFA. You don't know what I got. You don't know how to be this hot. P3CCA is the champion of AFA. P3CCA is the champion of AFA. Beating all these bitches, and your dad is calling me his bae. P3CCA is the champion of AFA. You don't know what I got. You don't know how to be this hot. She just likes to dance. I don't think that she can fight me. Get my heart rate up. I do that with your mom nightly. Sorry that I'm winning. I can beat your ass politely. Landing in LA, and all the people say. P3CCA is the champion of AFA.
Hey, go that. Keep talking. You got it.
Our athletes still care about their fans.
If I have to fold one more box, I'm gonna snap.
Did you say snap?
Did you say snap? Ooh, yeah. What's happening, guys? Welcome to another eclectic edition of P. Sorry, guys. It's 10:30 in the morning here, and I was up all night watching Squid Game. Another eclectic edition of PWT live show. Yeah, we're in the morning here. I don't know where you are in the world. It's 1 p.m. Eastern. Eastern. Yeah. I don't know what time it is in Saudi Arabia. We got Night of Champions on deck. We have the King of the Ring finals, the Queen of the Ring finals on deck. We have CM Punk emulating John Cena, CM Punk apologizing, and we have Jon Alba being a complete and utter fucking idiot in a quick sicko segment we're going to do as well. I got to do my picks, my locked-in official picks for Night of Champions after viewing SmackDown. We have some what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Some hot news. I guess that's what I'm looking for. Although we don't break the news here, we just talk shit. But yeah, we have some news, and we have the King of the Ring kickoff show on. I was out of town the last couple days, came home, drank a myriad of beers, and watched Squid Games, and watched Final Destination Bloodlines as well, which is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I watched the Squid Game season 3, which is like one of the greatest shows of all time, front to back. So far, I'm not done it yet. I got to watch more tonight. But so let me see with the name change. Yeah, so YouTube they're trying different shit, and they want everyone to be a handle, you know. And people are going to complain, and they'll end up switching it back, if I had to guess, because no one likes this. You know, everyone just wants to be their own name. And it's stupid for me. Like, let's say you super chat in, it's stupid. And then also some people, I don't know you by your @ I know you by your name, you know, so it is what it is, man. Speaking of super chat, you guys can super chat in. You can become a member for only 99 cents. You get access to the Member Monday shows. You can also sign up to my Patreon, patreon.com/prowrestletimes. And then you get access to like over 100 videos. And that's all I really got to show. If you guys are buying WWE merch, use my affiliate link. It's in the description below. You click that, and then it just takes you to the site. And then if you buy some shit, it's no extra cost or anything like that. You get all the same deals that are on WWE and all that, and then you directly support PWT. But also tell Tony Khan to get on making one of these things for AEW. I mean, why would you want the fans to get involved in anything, right? Am I right? It's safer, though. We won't know when Pete and Boris come in now. YouTube gives zero fucks about its creators. I mean, hey, you said it, not me. Proof is what they're letting UMG do to reaction channels because Canadian Drake is a bitch. Okay. Due to reaction, what are they doing to reaction channels? I know that they're going after AI like hard. Becca for PWT. Yeah, shut up, Becca, man. Yeah, you guys just let it be known you want to see her come on the show, and I don't know if her DMs are open or anything. But like I could send her one, I guess. I'm just not big on doing that, really. But like I'll do it, How do we get her on? You got to just tweet her and like, hey, go on PWT Universe. We love Becca. Comment on everything. PWT sent me here on all of her music videos. She'll be like, what the fuck? Or like, say Pro Wrestle Times. PWT could mean like Pro Wrestle Torch. We don't even thinking we're Wade Kellers over here, okay, chat? So we're just gonna say like Phil Mark sent me or something like that. Pop in to give a like. Seems you're talking about my ownerships. Okay. I totally understand why YouTube did it with all the doxing going on. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? As long as she doesn't sing. Okay. All right, guys. There's over a need like so I get 17. I have no idea what you're saying, brother. Anyway, so let's get into the show here. We have some news to get into, some hot news, okay? And okay, so we should I should do my Night of Champions picks and lock them in so you guys can pick against Phil. You know what I'm saying? That should probably be the way we do this. So if you guys didn't hear the preview show I did with Alt Jake, George Capture, and Chris Connors, then yeah, we gave like a bit of a prediction. I didn't lock my picks in because I never do until it's the day of the show. And so sorry, I'm just watching this replay of SmackDown, the street fight from last night, and then Punk like came out as the Thugonomics. We're gonna talk about that because Alba just took a huge L on that as well. Tell me something new. So let me see here. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm just distracted here with the fucking replay of the Money in the Bank hit. Just reviewing it. Just like straight headshots with the briefcase, hey? That was wild. And then the double salt piled them up. Just made Naomi look so fucking dumb. But that's why she's going to get the belt, because we're all going to write her off. Like, oh, it's so stupid. And then she'll win it. So sorry. And then there's a lot of sickos, too. Like, there's a motherfucker saying this show's not worth watching unless Iran does us all a favor, and it's a gif of missiles flying through the air. Like, you fucking sickos, bro. It's really just, like, weird, man. They'll wish, like, death and war on shit in Minecraft, but, like, not even, And they'll do that because fed bad. Don't be like that. But Night of Champions, Riyadh... it's going down. We have Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn. Now, I've been deliberating back and forth a little bit, but I'm just gonna take the safe bet and say Sami Zayn. Okay, I would love if Kross got a big win. I just think Zayn, and they always give him the hometown big pop and all that shit. If Cena, I mean, he main evented the SmackDown, him and Punk did, but they are there anyways. So if they show up very first and then dip the fuck out of there, but I don't think it's even like that in Saudi anymore. I really don't even think it's like that. I think just the main event will go on last. So Cena Punk will be in the main event. So we're gonna go home with Cena retaining, or some schmozzy finish, maybe where Punk comes out like on top, in a sense where maybe he wins by DQ, or there's like a no finish and the music's playing. But Cena, I think, is going to walk out with the title. So I'll lock that one in by hook or by crook. So I don't want to be like Cena's winning, right? But I'll say he wins, or you guys can give me half a point or a bonus point. But if he leaves with the title, but he like loses by DQ or whatever, if you guys want, okay? Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. It's got to be Rhodes. Jade, I think you got to put Jade over, and especially the way Asuka kind of walked out on top on SmackDown there. I think you got to put Jade over and just give her that Brock Lesnar King of the Ring push. Like, didn't they bring it back so Brock Lesnar could win it, or was that the final year they did it? It was something like that for a while, you know. And he was like a rookie or a sophomore. I think a rookie. That was his rookie year. You got to just give Jade her rookie year Queen of the Ring win. Rhea Ripley versus Raquel, and then they're doing a street fight. Now, I don't want either of these girls to get hurt, man. That's what I'm worried about. People are getting banged up in WWE. They got an injury list right now that's like, I mean, you don't notice in WWE because the roster's so fucking bloated, you know? But at the same time, a month goes by and you're like, shit, we really haven't seen, you know, how long has it been since the Tongans? Either of them have been on TV? Like, Jesus. So I'm going to say Raquel gets the win because of Roxanne. And they can just like put Rhea through tables and all sorts of crazy shit to beat her, you know. And then finally Raquel gets a win over Rhea, and it's because of Roxanne. And then Liv comes back, and then there's turmoil there, and they start beefing. Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. Now this one could go to a non-finish. Speaking of Tongans, I think we're gonna see Hikuleo debut here tonight and like help Solo. I think something like that's gonna happen, and then we end up getting maybe now whether it goes to a finish or not, you know, again, like I said about the main event, maybe it's a DQ or something, or maybe Solo gets it, and then at SummerSlam Jacob wins it back. And I don't think it would hurt Jacob to lose it, and I'll explain why. Because if Hikuleo shows up, let's say all the Tongans show up too, and let's say Jacob's taking them out one by one tonight. Let's say Tama Tonga's there, Tongaloa is there. We see Jacob like super kick, because they're coming back soon. That's why Hikuleo's debuting like in dark matches and shit. At least I think. I know. Maybe Tama Tonga. I think Tongaloa did get a surgery, but like I'm pretty sure he went and did that shit before they even really said anything about it, didn't he? I think they announced it, and he already had the cut mark and everything, like on his bicep or whatever was going on with that. And they were like, they told us like he went and got surgery for it or whatever. If I'm not mistaken, maybe that was his injury before that I'm like conflating. But either way, listen. Let's say Jacob loses the belt here because of a bunch of shenanigans, and then he has to grind his way through a whole faction. Not even a grind, though. He destroys this whole faction, and then Jimmy Uso's like helping him out along the way to get the belt back on this big stage of SummerSlam, like night one. You know, Jacob gets this. I could really see that. I don't think it hurts him any, especially if it's like 7-on-1. And then Jimmy comes out and it's like 7-on-2. Because if the Tongans come back, Hikuleo, JC, and Solo, okay, 5-on-2, you know, but still. And then what match? Zayn and Cross. Yeah, I got to go with my gut and say Zayn. So those are my picks. Lock them in. Zayn, I didn't even pick for this one. I'm just going to go bold and say, because we saw the fucking women's U.S. title change hands as well. Julia won the title from Zelina, which, man, the crowd does not react for Zelina, man. I know why they gave her accolade. She was a transitional champ. I love Julia. I'm super glad that she is the United States champion. I told you guys they're gonna fast track her big time, man. They're gonna like speed run her to a Asuka match and then an EO match, and like, you know, we're gonna see all that shit, you know, because they're all friends from back in the day. And again, man, a lot of people might not be around for a lot of years left. So it is what it is. And yeah, I might just review SmackDown. I don't think there's time for that. Not today. Okay, I will check in with chat. Those are my picks, though. Lock them in. You guys can pick against Phil. Sicko saying at Maddie. So this is so dumb. Hey, YouTube, this is dumb, man. What the fuck is going on? Like, why are you breaking my balls here, dude? And do you know what they tested out when I did that chat? Or no, that had to be StreamYard, maybe. I don't know. See, I don't know anymore. Where's my Lex Luger? I don't know who's fucking with me anymore.
I don't know.
Okay, so Maddie. Okay. Sicko saying CM Punk rapping with some. Let's see how many of your guys' names I can like remember based off like picture and semblance of what your @ handle details or whatever. Anyway, Sicko saying CM Punk rapping was some form of humiliation ritual. The Illuminati. He was at the Met Gala wearing one of those outfits. And the new Doctor Who is a girl, and they're turning frogs gay, and we're all no. Listen, it's not a humiliation ritual. Again, Alba was talking shit. He's like, it's the antithesis of what, but we'll get into that. And it's like, bro, it's what Punk's done numerous times in his career, which we're gonna fucking break down. Thank you for that, George Capture. Hey. Vintage George Capture, easy enough. YT did it last night. Yeah, brother. Yes, they did. And that sucks, you know? And I was doing my thing. And ladies and gentlemen, joining me on the show right now, the number one, Joe Numbers. What's up, buddy?
I have to unmute myself. Wait, guys, are you excited? Are you ready for Night of Champions at noon?
It's 10:45 right now where I'm at.
It's the Night of Champions at brunch.
Oh, man.
The brunch of champions. You guys find
brunch of champions?
Oh.
Does that come with a mimosa?
Yeah, right. Everybody get yourself a muffin. It's time for the nighttime championship battle.
Are you up yet? Are you up? Okay.
Dude,
right
I'm
up.
so excited for an afternoon of matches that I already know the outcome of.
Yeah, so who are your picks? Zane Cross. Let's just speed round him. Who do you think's going to win Zane Cross?
Who's going to win Zane Cross?
Yeah.
I would assume it would have to be fucking Zane, just because they're not going to do. I thought before, I was like, well, they got to give Cross something. And then I was like, what am I, a fucking idiot? Of course they're not going to give Cross anything. Why would they give Cross anything?
Yeah. What about Fatu Solo? Do you think like Hikuleo shows up like more Tongans?
Fatu Solo sounds like the beginning of a fucking curse put on you by an ancient witch. But
Fatu Solo.
Fatu Solo Madolo. Who's winning that? I mean, geez, is there a human being in this planet that gives a shit about Solo Sikoa anymore? It's really, and I know people that just not self-sucking here, but I know people that, you know, something through NXT and all that shit, and you know, they love the kid. He's a nice guy. He's a good person. I'm like, man, they already ran through him.
Yeah, like
they already fucking
and Jacob showing up. Jacob showing up sort of like stole his thunder, you know, and it just it's been fucked since then. So,
well, Jacob, by the way, this is like one of those, you know, people like, oh, the predictions that people make in wrestling that are so obvious, and then they're, you know, trying to like pat themselves on the back. Everybody knew that Jacob was going to overshadow Solo. Everybody knew that.
Yeah.
Nobody saw Solo Sikoa and was like, yeah, this guy's going to outwork Jacob. Everybody knew that he was going to come in and make him look fucking pedestrian. But yeah, come on, dude. Obviously, Jacob's winning this.
Yeah. What about?
And if he doesn't, I have no idea why. You know what I mean? Like if they were, yeah.
What if they go to like a non-finish where Hikuleo's been doing dark matches before SmackDown and he's the big brother of the other two Tongans, or the little brother, but he's like bigger than them. He's like a big 6'7" guy or whatever. So
I'm the little big brother.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I keep calling him. That's hilarious. And so what do you think? He shows up, super kick, like a no finish even. I'm predicting something like that, something weird, because they debut all the Tongans and the new Bloodline people at like all these big shows. You know, it's always like a bigger event. So
yeah, they want the Samoans to show up for all that stuff.
Yeah. What about Rhea Raquel, the street fight? I think Raquel could get the win with the help of Roxanne because it's a street fight. You know, they can like bury Rhea in tables and shit or whatever.
More than likely, they'll do something like that. It just feels like, once again, if they're in Saudi Arabia, they go with the most obvious outcome. Very rarely, like, you want to get yourself into the mind of saying like, oh no, dude, they're gonna throw a real monkey wrench in there. You're like, no, they're not. Not for this show.
What about Asuka and Jade? Is it the Brock Lesnar King of the Ring Jade run like I've been saying, or do you think Asuka wins? Because she, by the way, is super popular and over in Saudi. Like, people have written about this for years now. She's really popular over there. So do they give her the big win because everyone loves her? And on SmackDown, they were booing the shit out of Jade and Naomi and cheering the shit.
Wait, are you insinuating something about Saudi Arabia?
Hey, are you? I did.
What? Saudi Arabia, the bastion of women's liberation and progressive views on people from all walks of life. Saudi Arabia? Is that what you're hinting at?
Yeah,
no, Jade's winning. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of this. They already fucking screwed the pooch on the men's portion of it, where they're like, who's going to be the next young up and coming star, Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes? So they're going to pretend with the women's one and go, look, we've done a King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring. Look, she's the next big thing. And we're like, well, she can barely, walk in the ring without falling over, but sure, we'll buy into that. Yeah, Jade's going to win, and this crowd is not going to react to it because clearly they're just quiet. They're quiet because that's them showing reverence to her, right? Isn't that what they're doing?
Yeah.
They're like Jade's working. We need to be quiet and respectful.
What about so Rhodes and Orton, though? Like, Rhodes obviously wins. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And then Cena, Punk, like, okay, whether it's a DQ, Cena leaves with the belt. It could be some bullshit. He'll probably win. He'll probably pin him. But or it could just be like a DQ, and then we get the CM Punk music playing and the crowd singing to end the show. And like, Punk technically gets the win, but either way, like, Cena's leaving with the title. You agree with that?
Yeah.
I think that's
they're not. Yeah. They're not going for anything here other than the most obvious shit. I think that they'll throw in one monkey wrench, like all the aforementioned scenarios you just ran through. There's a possibility they might throw in one of those. We're going to push Roxanne forward and try to make that relationship go. So we'll randomly have Raquel win in a street fight, and technically Rhea loses nothing. Or maybe they'll throw a monkey wrench in there and Killer Cross will somehow find a way to. But I feel like, if more than anything, it's just going to be exactly what you think it's going to be. Whoever you're looking at and going, who's the bigger star in this situation, with the exception of Cody and Randy, because I still think Randy's a bigger star than Cody for most. It's going to be pretty obvious,
Yeah. So LC Killer for 2 says the sicko has CM Punk arrangement syndrome. CM Punk arrangement syndrome. I love you, dude. That's fucking hilarious, bro. Yeah, CM Punk derangement syndrome. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Solo Maddie for 2 says Solo Fatu Amarato Talima. I just unleashed demons in my fucking house.
Solo Fatu.
Yeah. Jesus, man.
Malongo Tala.
And then Thomas Moore says, I hate you, Solo. I hate you, Solo. Fatu Dembala. Give me the power. I beg of you.
Well, the funny thing is you mentioned Chucky there. Have you heard anything about that new Megan movie?
I didn't. I heard all about it, but like I heard it's shitty, but I want to watch it. I like the first one actually. I mean, it wasn't the best, it wasn't a masterpiece, but it was like, okay, this is just one of those like fun kind of horror movies you throw
apparently
on.
They're speed running. I'm saying that because they're speed running it into making it like Chucky, like a fucking goofy thing where it's instead of being like, we're going to pretend that it's kind of a scary robot demon thing. Yeah. They're going right into like, isn't she a silly bitch? Like, I guess they're doing that.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. I did really want to see it, but yeah, I've heard nothing but bad things. So Maddie for 2 says, I'm not your Saudi guy. I'm not your Riyadh friend. Oh my god.
Oh boy. Oh wait. So were you talking before I got on here about the whole thing with CM Punk viciously attacking that child?
Well, that's what we're about to get into here. I'm about to fucking pop that on the screen. I
couldn't believe the way that he beat that child mercilessly.
Cash Monet for 2 says Joey's constant whining is making this unlistenable. Well,
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Listen, Cash Monet, I love you.
Hey, if you hate us,
keep
giving us money. Keep throwing money at it.
Yeah, please. But listen,
that's how
guys,
Cash handles things, is with cash.
So here we go. Let's play. Although it's not breaking, but CM Punk may have broke this kid's wrist. No, I'm just joking. That's totally silly. This is South Park, guys. I'm just joking. This is all jokes. So CM Punk shoved a kid allegedly, and people are like, no, it's the security guard and whatever. Let's take a look at this and see.
That's considered a shove nowadays.
Yeah, let's look in his eyes, and what do we see? Punk pushing a KID here. So he pushes him to the side. Orton's like didn't even look at him. So I don't know what's worse. Orton didn't even acknowledge the kid, and Punk's like, "Get out of here, you little shit." But I don't even know like what happened here. Was he trying to say what's up to the kid, but then the security guard pushed him back, and then it looks like Punk pushed him because of our perception on the camera?
No, he pushed him, and it's because most people on the internet are as big as soppy pussies as that Cash guy. So they think that's considered a mean abuse now. You know?
Yeah, I don't know if.
Do you think that kid's gonna ever recover?
I think he'll be fine, okay, man. And I don't know, to be honest, like. I don't know, dude. I've interacted with a lot of wrestlers in my day, like as a kid too. You know, I went to a lot of matches and stuff, and it's like I don't know. I've had them crash into barricades right in front of me and shit. That to me is like nothing. He ran up on the guy. It seems like the security guard's there. I wish the camera was wider. Like, who caught this clip and then just clipped this 4-second clip? You know, unless there's a video of him like. Anakin Skywalker slaughtering a room of fucking children before this happened, or this is him on his way to, you know, punch a bunch of kids in the face or something. I don't know why people were melting down so hard about this. He also got attacked for what he did on SmackDown. But yeah, what do you make of all this? Like, this is ridiculous.
I think that this is the goofiest shit in the world. And once again, it shows you how absolutely soppy so many wrestling fans are, that they're pretending like this is a fucking problem.
Yeah, like this is the Jack Perry tape.
Yeah,
I can pie-face this kid.
You're
a clown. I quit.
I understand, because everything now via the internet is just, well, what's my perspective on this preemptively? So I need to formulate an opinion based on that. Yeah. That's most shit now. It's just, Well, what's okay? Well, what happened? All right, I already know what my feeling is about this, so I have to make up a Mother Goose story to attach to what is actually happening. No, I don't think that that's a big deal. No, I don't even give it a second thought. It's absolutely fucking goofy, and it's embarrassing, and it's pathetic that people are making a big deal out of that. It really, truly is.
Yeah, and speaking of big deal here, and a lot of people were melting down about this as well. So this gentleman, well, let's just watch this clip. This is on the Night of Champions kickoff show, but he's like apologized to Punk. He was yelling that at him, and Punk apologized or sort of gave a little comment. Let's just take a look here. I'm not going to big screen it, or WWE's going to fucking Don Stevens my YouTube channel. So, and he's apologizing. He's like, yeah, that tweet about a blood covered dick or whatever, blood money covered dick, had nothing to do with Saudi Arabia. What? It had literally everything to do with Saudi Arabia, which is hilarious. It's so funny. He has to like look like the biggest hypocrite and do this shit. You were talking about humiliation. People were saying this is all humiliation ritual stuff before you came on there, Joe. They were saying this is humiliation ritual shit.
Because he's like a part of the Illuminati.
Yeah, like that sort of thing. It's like, what the fuck? And so he is apologizing, but it's just so funny because he said what he said. So now he's got to, and then the money spoke louder than whatever. So now he's got to show up in Saudi Arabia and eat shit on this. And it's funny he's got to do this, but yeah, he apologizes to them and tries to say it has nothing to do with Saudi when it clearly had everything.
It clearly has everything to do with Saudi Arabia. Listen, man, I said this on the show the other day to Mish, and it was funny because I don't think that this had resonated with him either. And he's a lot more of like a America guy than I am, but he's like, well, I don't understand, with Punk, how this is all going. I'm like, do you think that Punk at some point was like, hey man, I can't go to Saudi Arabia because they do bad things in that country? And now he's looking around and he's just like, yeah, we're not so great either. I should probably take it down a notch. You know what I mean? Like, man, if only Saudi Arabia was perfect, like us here in the United States.
Or like anywhere. It's so crazy.
Right. Well, I mean that too, and nowhere's fucking perfect, but I do think that is really amusing where you put it into that perspective of Punk being like, wait a second, what type of things do you guys do over there? Like randomly, by the way, I can already hear people pissing him out and like, oh, you live pussy. Yeah. It's like, oh, we're going to randomly pick people up in vans and send them to fucking Guantanamo Bay. And they're like, yeah, I guess we're better than Saudi Arabia. It's like, nah. Close enough.
I don't know, man. And
close enough, I guess.
If they'll welcome Punk, like let's say he has said the shit that he said in the past or whatever, and they're still willing to welcome him, and then they're allowing ladies to wrestle and shit. I mean, that is a bonus, I guess. I mean,
yeah, they're allowing them. That's really nice.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean, right? But they didn't before, though, dude. They weren't doing that before.
I know.
Pro wrestling, that's. Like, I don't think, they murk people there for talking shit about them. It's happened in the past, and Punk talks shit, and now he's over there accepting money and is like, everything's cool. But like, I don't know, man. We're seeing it. There's like influencers who take boxing fights down there, and it's starting to.
Yeah, no.
Maybe hopefully it could change things. I don't know, but I'm not one to go and be like, your culture and society needs to change either. Like, I don't know.
No, it's just no one cares anymore, dude. Everybody's like, they just want money and to be left the fuck alone for the most part. That seems to be the general mode of a lot of people that are specifically in entertainment, but also in life. Like I said, Punk's going to sit there and be like, yeah, man, I don't agree what's going on over there. And they're like, here's $3 million. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll just take fucking.
I guess now you guys are cool, right?
Yes.
That's crazy that he just fucking apologized, and then like these dudes are cheering him, and then when he came out, when Cena was talking shit to him on SmackDown, they were kind of booing him as well. Speaking of which, look at this. They constructed this invisible John Cena thing in Saudi, which I think is cool. But yeah, they like kind of booed him, and then he like turned it around because he came out as the doctor of thugonomics. Like when Cena was talking about Punk, they were booing, and then he fucking came out, and then they cheered him, and he like did a rap battle on Punk, or on rather Cena, and people thought that was a humiliation ritual for Punk. Jon Alba in particular, which we're going to talk about. Julia became United States champion as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
which
that's
was crazy. Which was
I
amazing.
think that was a gift. I mean, I think that was a gift to the people of Saudi Arabia because they're like, yeah, we're probably not going to do shit on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So here's a title switch. You know?
Yeah, and get Julia over the way like Asuka's over there. You know what I mean? Because she doesn't have a lot of years left on her. You know what I mean? And so they sold over 25,000 plus fucking tickets for that show, which, I mean, they sell them all there. Hey, it's not like a Korea situation where people inside are being forced to these shows, right? I don't think it's like that.
No. Well,
okay, yeah.
well, that's it, man. The people are happy, and I think that's at some point a part of, you know, as much as you can make fun of fucking Punk for doing this, and any of these guys or girls for going over there and doing this. It's just like any other situation that's fucked up. The people that are some 25-year-old guy that's just living there, it's like he's not involved in any of this. He just wants to see a show. Or like the little kids, like the one that Punk viciously beat with his fist. Like they're not responsible for any of this. They just want to see the show. And like I do think there's an element of that people will forget, where nobody would say this shit to like Metallica, no one would say this shit to like Beyonce or
like Kiss
Bruno
or
Mars.
Big. Yeah, Bruno Mars. Yeah, whoever. You're right. You're absolutely right, man.
Like if like Bruno Mars was like, I'm gonna go over there and play fucking 10 shows, nobody'd be like, Bruno Mars, I can't believe he has besmirched the American. It's like no one gives a fuck. It's wrestling. Yeah. It's wrestling based bullshit. It's wrestling fan bullshit where they have to pretend that everything is this big problem. Now, like I said, I mean, it's not fucking perfect, but it's not like we are either,
Well, speaking of imperfect or, pretending you're fucking perfect, Jon Alba out of nowhere in our single segment as Night of Champions begins, right?
It really, that sound clip, that isolated clip of it too, is so good.
Yes, it is, man. So Jon Alba had this to say, and he's just such a schmarmy prick. I can't help but say it enough. And he's like, that Punk Cena segment is the antithesis of everything CM Punk has been his whole career.
Oh,
Punk's one of the best ever at talking people into buying a match, especially if things are personal. Yeah, he already did that. Did you see the sellout for SmackDown and the fucking Crown Jewel or whatever this is called? Didn't feel like the time to do that kind of segment, especially on a go home. No, that is the time to do it because you're all melting down about it and everyone's talking about it on the go home right before the
rap thing. They're overreacting to the rap thing.
Yes, and so we have receipts. Look, so our friend But Why Alyssa says the antithesis. So here's here's Punk dressed as Jeff Hardy during like one of the best. Everyone's like, that was the best Jeff Hardy run ever, or like his best story ever was him and Punk. That's what some people say to this day. Here, what did Punk do? He dressed like Jeff Hardy. He also dressed like Chavo Guerrero during an ECW world title feud. We have that somewhere as well. Right here. He did this dressed like a fucking mariachi, dude. That's some JBL shit in 2025 right there. Holy fuck. I can't even believe Punk did this.
Dude, this is borderline a wrestling trope at this point. Yes. This has been going on for a quarter of a century.
But apparently that was last night. This was the antithesis of what Punk is in his best feuds. The Chavo one and the fucking Hardy one are apparently his best feuds. And Alba's sitting there saying this is the antithesis, and this could be one of his best feuds with Cena. And it's just hilarious because this is literally not. This is what Punk has done multiple fucking times. I can't believe this stupid idiot just put his foot in his mouth like this again. It's so fucking hilarious.
I've never seen this happen in wrestling. The guy comes
Right.
out and mocks his opponent, dresses him.
Oh, Shawn Michaels never
What?
dressed like Hulk Hogan and did Larry King or whatever.
Honest to God, at this point, if it wasn't for the fact that, I mean, let's be real. The music got a fucking reaction. The Thugonomics theme, people haven't heard it in a long time. It's still over. It's member berries. It's good shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. So
and
it
then
was
just
like,
look at this guy, AEW Cerro Miedo, AEW fan. Like he's an AEW fan. Genuinely had me cringing. I can't lie.
yeah.
It's like, well, why were you watching? You don't even.
he's sitting there being like, man, I can't believe how embarrassing this is. Cue a video of Kenny Omega fucking spewing grape jelly. Just purple ooze flying out of his. Ooh,
Ivan ooze.
I love the fact that just anything that happens on that AEW show. God, anything on that show is like borderline a paralysis angle every, I don't know, 15 minutes or so at any given point. Man. And then Kenny Omega's like, I got my tummy stepped on. My tummy got stepped on. I'm hot now. Oh, I'm dying. And we were like, that's the most amazing storytelling I've ever seen.
Oh, dude.
But it's cringe. Yeah. But it's like cringe and ridiculous that CM Punk would bring up John Cena's gimmick from 15, 20 years. Guys, do you get it? Do you see what's happening? This is like a very cyclical, easy story to tell.
Yeah.
Cena makes Punk basically betray the type of person he is because he said, I won't go to Saudi Arabia. So Cena says, well, I'm going to make you go to Saudi Arabia. I'm going to bait you by giving you a title match.
Yeah.
So Punk goes to Saudi Arabia and dresses like Cena from 20 years ago and looks at him and goes, hey, bitch, remember what you were before you became this clown thing?
Yeah.
It's a little bit cerebral.
There's just people, everybody who's like, people who aren't creative have opinions. You see this in movies all the time too these days, where people are just shitting on shit before it even comes out. It's like, I'm not always saying you have to do the thing to be a critique. Like you can fucking eat food and tell if it's shit, but it's like, there's an aspect of, well, you have to remember there's beats to a story. There's a way you convey things. Like you just broke it down. Alba's sitting there. This is the antithesis, trying to sound fucking smart. And you just broke it down. He's just showing him who he was, it's just like, it's so
I'm going to make you betray who you were. So now look at, this is who you were. And you had to leave that character behind so you could become a billionaire or a millionaire that flies around planes and shows up in suits and talks in Mandarin. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's really.
And apologizes for saying Taiwan or whatever. So we have some more of this. Listen, we have Elbu, right, from Wrestle Purist as Orton. He's getting a huge ovation. Cody Rhodes about to blow the roof off the motherfucker. But Elbu says he was right to tell the people of KSA that his post issue was never about them. And I do respect, and this is about Punk, and I do respect that he addressed it head on while getting booed. It's certainly a tightrope to do so while not being able to say I was burying your government while on a platform funded by their government. The heat for tomorrow's match is going to be notable. And then this guy here says, wouldn't it be the sign of a guy with true Punk integrity to directly address the fact the tweet was addressed at the government whilst in that position? Or have we completely given up with the notion that Punk is a guy with any kind of consistent morals? And then Elbu's
no. I mean, the most important thing in this situation is for him to leave with his head.
Yeah, dude. And like, what are you doing? Like, shut the fuck up. You don't have morals, bro. Like, where's your morals? For real. Like, what do you who are you to even fuck Mother Teresa? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he should stand in the middle of the Saudi Arabian people and shit on their government. Yeah, that's a great idea.
He should hold up. Yeah, like I don't know.
This
I'm
guy
not even
won't
gonna
even
go
go
there,
to
but it's just
probably
like
get his groceries checked out from a human. He's telling CM Punk to stand in front of people and shit on their government, like in a place where that doesn't go too well.
no,
It's
that does not
embarrassing.
fly. And so Elbu says he'd literally be detained. And then this guy says this. This is his response, and it's like, okay, we just need to.
Oh no!
And Matt Kuhn jumps into, but this guy goes, so what? They wouldn't do shit to him, especially right now. Being detained would actually be a really good way to get global publicity on the
my
plight
God.
of the victims of the current regime.
Oh,
Bro, you need to stop. Just stop now. He says both in Saudi and in Yemen. Might lose his paycheck though. At least we know his priorities.
I love this because what he's talking about is like, all right, so I'm looking to the right and I'm reading on my right. I have two monitors. I'm that level of a fucking dork. So I'm looking to my right and I'm seeing, oh, hey, here's this guy saying, listen, man, this is your opportunity to stand up to a Middle Eastern government and risk getting fucking murdered. And then I turn to the left and it's Cody Rhodes in a silly robe. And he's like, this is what he wants to get his head chopped off for. A guy coming out with like a white cod piece with a neck tattoo being like, I'm here to do a silly time. And he's like,
hey, kids,
why don't
here's
you
a belt?
why don't you get brutally tortured in the Middle East to prove your point? I mean, you could just shut the fuck up and leave with $3 million or get killed. I mean, but dude, also, by the way, this is like completely how disingenuous people on shit platforms like Twitter act too. Like, well, why don't you just get killed? Well, I guess I'm just so smart. Why don't you die then? Because you can't have an opinion. You have to ride that opinion until it ruins.
Everyone goes to the extreme. You know, everybody goes to the extreme on Twitter, and then they all act like they're all perfect, infallible beings who've never, ever done something hypocritical or told a white lie or done, you know what I mean? It is embarrassing, and that's why it gets chalked up in that folder called the Sicko Segment. So there you go.
Wait, I will say Matt Kuhn had the thing where it's just like they murdered
a reporter. It's like, yeah.
It's like, listen, dude, if you really wanted to stand up for your fake fights, you should do the smart thing, like get killed. That's the smartest thing you could do. What a fucking cornball.
And people are like, let's see Finn Balor wear a pride flag there and stuff. It's like, well, he's not going to do that. So
I hate that shit too, by the way, where they're like, well, guess what? Just because in that place they really don't like gay people, that means you should bomb them. It's like, wait, how do we? This is like amazing. This is like the leap that people make all the time, right? Where they live somewhere, they're like, well, I'm allowed to be prejudiced in my country, but like if they're prejudiced in their country, then you should never. And it's like, well, dude, I'm still gonna eat a fucking chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Exactly, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. It's embarrassing.
It is, man. Speaking of ridiculous, this crowd is ridiculous. The lights are up. You got Cody Rhodes and Orton getting a huge
they're starting the
ovation.
night out here.
Yeah, before they even tie up here. Maddie for 2 says Punk turned the crowd like Balboa in Rocky 4. Oh man. Oh, I'm sorry, you know.
Well, they like him.
They wanted him there.
Punk,
they want him there.
Right. Like I said, at the end of the day, these people are still just fans. You know?
And the Saudi government, man, they get who they want for these boxing matches, these MMA fights, these the American fight night cards in UFC compared to the Saudi and the Middle Eastern ones are fucking not even comparable, dude. The ones out there are way better. They stack them because the Saudis have flat out turned down cards and been like, no, we want better shit. And they get what they want, man. And their people want CM Punk. They get fucking CM Punk, you know? And CM Punk has to realize that there's little kids there who don't They don't understand. Like, they don't understand. You know what I mean? They're just CM Punk fans and shit.
We
too,
say the little kids don't understand, but then also half of wrestling Twitter that are allegedly grown-ups don't understand basic shit. You know what I mean? Like, this is what you have to remember. It's like there's this assumption at this point by people who are like terminally online and constantly face fucked with information, most of which is misinformation, that everybody out there just cares about the shit that they do and are finger quote informed in the way that they are. It's like, no, dude, they're like, you're a little kid just growing up in a place. Or even like if you're a 30-year-old man and all you've ever fucking known is this one place, and you're just some regular chubby guy with a beard and glasses, and you're like, oh, like Randy Orton. You don't give a shit. Like, you don't know. Like,
That's how regular guys sound too. FYI. The old 4x4 for 10. Thank you so much. Says Kenneth Omega Burger. That's a good one.
Oh, dude, did you ever think, and I talked about this the other day too. I'm just gonna do some repeats here on the show, guys. Please go subscribe to our YouTube. We're 7 fucking followers away from 10,000 for God's sake.
And George for 2, before you go, George for 2 says poll, please. I will change it. And thank you, the old 4x4. We will remember that one. Kenneth Omega Burger. But yeah, Joe, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, do you think that Keith Lee just sits around and he's just like, was I just a little too autistic to be successful?
Man, you know, for some reason, he recently said that he's actually been healthy for a while and they're not using him. So I don't know what's going on with that. Like, does Tony Khan just not know that he's healthy because he doesn't phone people and check on his talent? Or
I honest to God think with Keith Lee, just because he should never have spoken a word. By the way, that was the biggest mistake that man ever made in his life was talking.
Yeah.
Ever. Because when he talks, it sounds like a guy playing Dungeons and Dragons. You know, he's 6'7", 370 something pounds probably, and he's like, "Good day, sir. How are you? Have you had how is your?"
Some people compare it to Beast from X-Men, which I can get down with, but then you also, well, no, like I can get down with that, but then you have to fucking present that like vicious side, and he didn't. He's like eloquently, he like Kenny Omega wrestles as like a big guy, and
that's it. He is like Kenny Omega. But,
yeah, and Vince was trying to tell him, we want to see the Bearcat, like we want to see you get, and Keith Lee's like, well, that's not really me. And he's like, and it's like, yeah, Vince is a crazy wild guy. He's just trying to tell you, you got to fire up and have a mean streak when you're like beating these smaller dudes down. Sometimes it's not about like how graceful you do a fucking move all the time. Sometimes it's got to be like, well, I'm just bigger and meaner and badder than you, and I'm gonna fucking stomp on your head. And that's what he's trying to tell you. But Vince is like, yeah, you're a bear and a cat. Yeah.
But this is one of those moments where, you know, a broken clock, right? We know that Vince fucked up creative for a lot of people for a long time. Yeah. But if you're this gigantic man who's supposed to be doing power moves, and Vince like, I want to see aggression, and he's just like, I am taking credence with your behavior, sir.
Indubitably.
Yeah. I don't care for your tone. And it's like, yeah, no wonder that this doesn't work, dude. Like, and anybody that would want to say, you know, oh, well, that's really putting somebody in a box, or, oh, why is this so? What does Jacob Fatu do? Why is he so over so quickly?
Yeah.
A big part of that is because he comes out and is like, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm an aggressive guy. I'm serious. I've got some fucking to me. And people go, well, I mean, no, everyone doesn't have to be that way. No, just the ones that get over.
Yeah, that's the thing. And look at like Jacob Fatu does backflips and shit too, but it's just he does it in a way where he looks like he's trying to destroy people. And I think that's all Vince wanted out of Keith Lee. And yeah, Keith Lee does sweet moves and shit, and it's cool to watch him do that shit in NXT Black and Gold, which was like a super indie in a way. But yeah, once you get to the main roster and it's like, well, you and Brock, you know, like, yes, your flips and shit make you different, but you're going to have to show a bit of a mean streak to take out someone like Brock. Like everyone did it, man. Even Mark Henry, he was like I'm the power lifter guy. Check out my beret, and then they had to give him the Hall of Pain. They had to like reinvent him sort of and give him that mean streak, and then people took him serious. Before that, he was helping Mae Young give birth to fucking prosthetic hands and shit like that, So until they figured that aspect out, he really didn't get really over. Like, was Sexual Chocolate that over? I don't know if it was that over. It was just kind of funny for the time,
He didn't. Well, that's it. He didn't really find his groove, if you will, until he was able to channel that part of him where you're like, oh, dude, you could like bench press a car. Why do you feel not intimidating? That's weird. And that's sort of what people say, they forget now in wrestling, because everybody's so obsessed with being like, aren't I funny? Aren't I cute? Aren't I cheeky?
It's so shitty because the most unfunny people like try and be funny, and then you just think they're an asshole. And then I don't know, people who are funny like me are like talking about AAA being sold and shit before the dirt sheets are. So it's a weird, this wrestling shit is ass backwards, bro. I've come to discover that throughout my journey here in this space.
Well, wrestling, the wrestling space, a lot of what it is at this point are people that they really think that their opinion on something is gospel, with very little basing on any sort of understanding of what they're watching. And it's more so opinions on like a serious level, like, oh, this is the most important thing in the world, as opposed to just being like, I'm watching a fucking show. And it's like, if you're not making it, and this is like a big part of it too, it's like if you're not interested in performing in it or creating any sort of media that surrounds it or whatever, in a serious way, then you're talking about a TV show like it's the most serious thing in the world.
Well, that's what it is. It's a TV show,
Yeah. Which when people are, well, I mean, that's very reductive. I'm like, dude, I don't even think Cornette's holding on to this illusion anymore.
Of what? Like of
that this is some serious fucking, like the way that people 20 years ago, you would listen to Cornette talk about it. This is a goddamn business and it needs to be, even he's at the point where he's like, yeah, it's a fucking TV show. What am I going to do? Give myself an aneurysm for this? It's stupid. It's dumb for me to be that worked up and invested in it. Meanwhile, people who've like been watching for fucking 5 years are having these conversations like it's life or death,
Yeah. No, you're right, man.
I'm trying to focus on what Cody's doing here.
I was going to say, what are you thinking of this match, though, so far? I was just going to ask that.
I would not have predicted that Cody would be trying to fucking. Oh, okay. So, what? Oh, yeah, because they're hinting at Cody becoming a heel, right? Isn't that the whole deal, apparently?
Well, like he's hinting at it, and he's saying a year to 3 years. So I think it's going to come sooner than that. That makes me think they're going to try and do it sooner. Cody Cutter, where are you watching this as well? Like, it's on Netflix for me in Canada.
Oh, I get it through the Peacock.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, so I just get everything on Netflix now, or like YouTube and shit. So it's been amazing.
That must be nice.
It's so nice, man. It's so nice. I was watching Squid Game 3. Joey Numbers is great, Maddie said, for 2, by the way. So thank you very much, dude.
Come on now, don't be crazy.
I thought you just whined.
Yeah, I thought it was just I'm just mean and just whine.
No, we love you, Cash Money.
I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be nice to anybody that's shitty to me.
That's fair.
What is this?
Phil,
I know you're very Canadian and you're very kind, but there reaches this point with people on the internet where when they're like, I'm going to consistently be a cunt to you. It's like, you don't have to be nice to those people. You're not going to change them. You're going to be like, I'm going to nice them into being decent people. They're not. They don't give a shit.
Well, Cash Monet's my guy. He's always in my chat and all my shows. He's a good dude. He's just hating on you for some reason. So.
I'm sorry, Cash. You stay in there.
No, you don't have to be sorry to him, man. You can call him an asshole, fuckface. It's all good. We're chill here in the PWT universe. You know what I mean? We're cool. We can make gay jokes and shit. People are chill here. We don't.
That's what can. Oh, I did. Isn't that illegal in your country?
Yeah. No. Hey,
I
quiet.
People
now.
are thrown in jail for that. I'm going to report you. To the Canadian gay police, I guess.
Blow my whole spot here, bro. This isn't Saudi. What are you talking about? You got to make I got to make a punk style apology now. Hey, this guy.
Like,
hey, Muhammad, come here.
You're gonna get chased after by a guy on fucking roller skates with a whistle. You're in big trouble, mister.
Woo! Why are people ragging?
They don't care how cold it is. They're wearing shorts, dude. They're fucking.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. No, we love Cash here, dude. We love him and we're all good. Cash greater than Joey, Lincoln says. 30%, George Captor says. Free cash. Canada isn't a real country anyways. That's true. See, I get it too here, buddy. Two of the best and old school wrestlers. Great work. Henry was so close to being fired for making too much money. He sucked in his first 10 years when he probably made more money in his last 10 years because of his big contract. The only people who could sell better than Randy and Cody are Bret Hart. I was going to call him Corey. Cody are Bret Hart and Rick Morton. That's a lot of R's there. Yes, dude.
Rick Morton.
Rick Morton.
I love taking the Y off in that moment. You know, like I know who he means.
Yeah,
of course. But it'd be great if he's
Rick
like
and Morty is.
Yeah. You know who was one of my favorite tag team wrestlers? Richard Morton.
Dick. Dick. I call him Dick, actually.
Slick Dickie Morton.
Cash Monet says wrestling soup got me into wrestling. Thank you, Joe.
There
you go.
He knows if he listens, he knows how I speak. He knows what I'm at.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think he was just twisting titties, to be honest. We're all just sarcastic assholes in this chat, and it's a good time, man. So yeah, dude, this match is going really good though. I'm enjoying the shit out of it. Two fucking yes, two legends in the game, and Cody Rhodes kicking out of an RKO, which is like a rare thing to ever have happen. So, and the crowd's chanting, "This is awesome."
I gotta say, I mean, it does show you just how goddamn huge of a person Randy Orton is, because Cody's not a small guy. Cody's like big. He's like big for a regular sized man. Like he's like 6'1".
Is he about 6'1"? Yeah, I'd guess that.
Yeah.
Like 6'1". Yeah, 6.
But he looks small against Randy Orton, dude.
Yeah, well, I always thought Orton was like 6'2" or 3 or 4. No, like up around there.
I think he's like 6. Yeah, I think he's like 6'4", man. Randy Orton's like legitimate like NFL player size, you know?
Yeah, you know it's crazy. Someone asked me what was the best match I ever saw, like I've ever seen, like just and I was like, well, in general, like in person or on TV. I'm like, because those are two different things. I was like, but in person at a house show, I saw FTR take on Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, and it was right before FTR left, and I was like, that was the best match I ever saw, I think, in person at a house show. But here's the thing, and then I was thinking about it the other day. I saw Edge and Orton wrestle for the Intercontinental title one time at a house show too when I was a kid, and that I think was one of the best matches I think I might have ever seen, because they were just going they were just going for it, man. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I was thinking about that the other day, and I don't know.
I got to see.
I'm a big Orton fan.
Ready for this old man smark shit?
Yes, let's hear it.
I got to see who was it? It was Benoit and fucking Regal at a house show. It was like a taping
crazy.
It was like Sunday Night Raw or Sunday Night Raw. Jesus Christ, Sunday Night Heat back in the day. And I was just at a random show, and they were like, "Oh, here comes William Regal," and I'm like, "All right, who are they gonna have him wrestle?" And then Benoit came out, and I was like, "All right." I think this must have been like, I don't know, early 2000s, but in my mind, I remember laughing because I'm going, 5 years ago, this is like the Mecca wrestling match, right? William Regal versus Benoit. Like, oh, and now they're just like,
Here it is on
Send
heat,
it out there.
pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, on velocity. Get out there and get.
Yeah. Just like
Oh,
I
man.
think the same thing happened. I was at some WWE house show or something like that, and they were like, "Here's Jerry Lynn versus RVD," and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I've seen Benoit wrestle a bunch. I met him when I was like a kid too. Like, and I met him and took a picture with him and stuff. And I
That
like
rules.
just walking through the mall or whatever. Yeah. But it's like looking back, he was like my favorite, dude. Him and Eddie were my two favorites in that era. And I seen him wrestle a bunch. I seen him wrestle Kane in a match. It was the stipulation was no DQ, and Kane could win by pin. He could win any way, but Benoit could only win by submission against Kane on a house show. I saw that shit, and he tapped Kane out. It was the craziest shit. And like
having a picture of you with Benoit though, that's
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
That's
crazy.
like having a picture of you randomly with like you were on a little
O.J.
league team
Simpson,
and
no.
Ted Bundy fucking coached it or
Yeah,
something.
dude.
You know, like,
yes. He was stopping and just like shaking hands and taking pictures and stuff. And like I shook his head, like I'm like in the front row at like wrestling shows. I've like, you shake a lot of wrestlers' hands that way, but like I gave him a handshake as a kid, like in a public setting, and it was like fucked. I was like intimidated then because it's like, holy shit, it's Chris Benoit. Let alone like in hindsight, you look back and you're like, holy fuck, that's like so crazy what ended up happening. But yeah.
Do you think that Antonio Brown ever has these moments where like he thinks to himself, like he knows he's fucked up, but then he goes, well, at least I'm not like Benoit fucked up.
It's
because he's got that level.
What's fucked up is that Cody Rhodes kicked out of another RKO. But sorry, go ahead.
No, of course. This is there we go. Yep, this is what this is gonna be, dude.
Getting chairs and shit. But no, sorry, as you were saying.
No, like you have to think like a CTE really, really bad, like scrambled your brain type shit going on. Benoit just kept on going until he went. I don't know what it necessarily was because I've read too much about the Benoit case, just like any wrestling nerd. It's just like occasionally you get like a sprinkle of something new where you're like, oh, I'd never heard that before. But it's like, okay, well, what was the real breakdown? And then you realize at some point it's because he didn't get kicked out of wrestling and he didn't make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like if he made a shit ton of money, it's like maybe he would have become a guy who was like driving around a Lamborghini and hooking up with Woe Vicky and shit.
Yeah.
Instead of just being a dude that's like in his basement in Atlanta, ripping fucking, Bowflex fucking sets and then reading the Bible and getting progressively crazier. Antonio Brown's like, I'm going to the pool.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. There's something to be said about that. And it's also, I think it was just a combo of like, people use drugs and stuff more frivolously back then, or that's what they say. I mean, who knows? But
I don't think it's even like the drugs.
But like steroids, like
steroids,
that doesn't give you like rage shit. Like I'm sure that was part of it, mixed with the fact he had a 70-year-old's brain. So he had like, they studied his brain, and he had like a 70-something-year-old's brain, but he's all built like a 40-year-old or however old he was guy who could like stretch you and take steroids in real life. Like that's dangerous, So
now, do you think that like, okay, so that was a good spot.
Yeah, like Cody
I know. I think
Rhodes.
I'm a couple minutes behind on you here.
Yeah, I think you're. I don't know if you need to, or I don't know. Netflix. Everyone's like, I'm either ahead of you or behind you, Phil. So I don't know. So Cody Rhodes.
The ribs. That was a good spot. That was a good finish.
You're at the finish. Yeah. So Cody Rhodes won the King of the Ring. Chat was right. They picked Cody Rhodes for the majority. Actually, it was kind of split 60-40 roughly. And you guys picked right. I had picked Cody Rhodes as well. We're 1-0 tonight. And so how about Orton going to grab the chair, pulling the Eddie Guerrero? Speaking of that era and Eddie and Benoit and all that, he pulled the Latino. He took the buckle off, but then Rhodes did what he did to Lesnar. So this is the Lesnar finish where he pushed, but then Lesnar got color where he got pushed into the fucking buckle, split his head open. Or no, but didn't Rhodes rip it off? Yeah, so Rhodes ripped the buckle off, pushed Lesnar into it, hit the finish, won. In this instance, Orton ripped the buckle off, and then Rhodes pushed him into it, and then hit him with the Cody cutter. So
which keeps Cody, yeah, because Cody didn't initiate the thing. He just fucking.
But it was kind of dirty. But then it's like, Orton, what are you doing? Are you going heel? Are you being dirty? Like, what's going on here? You know, it's interesting.
I think both guys kind of walk away from this. It's almost like you clean slate that, you know?
Yeah.
Because Randy was trying to cheat. That's what it is, you know? Like, Randy's frustrated. He goes and does that whole fucking deal. And what's Cody going to do? Not use it? Is he not going to try to win the fucking match? Like, I don't know. I think that kind of, you wash that one out, you know? Let's see.
I thought that.
Yeah, well, what the fuck was he? Yeah, no, that's fine. I don't think that makes Cody into a heel. It leaves a space open for them to have another match, but.
So Rhodes is thanking Orton, accepting the crown from Byron Saxton.
Man. And this isn't his last stop here in 2-time semi-finalist, the King of the Ring there.
So he's putting him over. And we're getting Rhodes versus Cena at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think that was kind of...
Yeah.
Once again, that was sort of a predictable thing. I think everybody knew it was heading in that direction.
Then, the modern locker room leader, the man, Randy Orton. And at SummerSlam, that means I'm facing either CM Punk or Jon Cena.
Is he going to wear a crown around?
I hope to God not. I hope this sort of like, this is your trophy for winning this thing and you get the title shot and you don't have to do the king gimmick. Like, it's just, here's this trophy that isn't plated and is definitely worth millions of dollars in jewels and gold.
Oh. Orton's snaking out over there. I'm a snake man.
Yeah, he sort of slithered out on the side of the ramp. And okay, Rhodes saying he's going to get his title back.
Oh.
Amazing stuff.
Please don't try. You know what? This is the first time probably in 20 years. Like, I don't want Randy Orton as a heel. I like what he's doing now.
No, I agree.
I haven't enjoyed Randy Orton for the majority of Randy Orton. So now he's finally got a thing that I really dig and it's working out well for him. We don't need him again as the slithery, you know, I'm going to I'm a snake man. Like, I don't need it back. Leave this. This is good. Let him retire as a fucking babyface because, you know, it just is good work for him at this point.
So some people are being critical. We have some news. Let's get into some news. Some people are being critical of Karrion Kross, saying that some of them WWE, and this is via PW Torch, so I don't know if this is legit. This is Wade
Grain
Keller,
of salt.
So, yeah, and so Kross won't be a big star in the company because he doesn't really take bumps. Now, he does bump on his shoulder the way Flair did, but like, what the fuck? Why? I don't think this would hold. Maybe, but I don't know, man.
Kane's never going to be a big star because he doesn't sell for guys 6 inches shorter than him.
That's what I mean, man. So Keller says, I talked about this when he was all the rage in NXT and coming out of TNA. I was like, wrestlers are telling me when he gets to the main roster, nobody's going to put up with the fact that he doesn't take bumps. He's scared to bump. He doesn't take flat back bumps. I don't know if he's got an injury or concern. I know wrestlers who I chat with about things when I want wrestlers as insight are like, oh, right, Wade. You're right when you say Karrion Kross won't be a big star on the main roster, but one of the reasons you were missing out is just watch his next match. He doesn't really take bumps. Bro, I don't know. Like, he kind of does a shoulder bump, but that's what Flair did his whole career. So I don't really know.
He's bigger than most of these people. He's not supposed to bump all the time.
Yeah, man. Like, this is what I mean by the IWC and like the sheets. They just take shit to the fucking extreme. Like, no. Oh, he doesn't like to bump. He bumps weird on his shoulder. You don't extrapolate that to it means he won't be a big star. Cena does 4 fucking moves, man. Like, come on. It's just so dumb to like.
Wait a second. So this guy won't fucking get stabbed in the head with sticks. How does he expect to become, you know, United States champion? It's like, okay, what the fuck?
It's
and
fucking
still
terrible.
Yeah, I really think maybe the biggest complete, like, how are you reaching this conclusion of that is once again this guy is so much bigger than most of the people that he wrestles. And if someone's like, oh, well, you know, Orton goes to there and takes bumps and Orton does the blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yes, Orton gets in the ring and bumps for like Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
He gets in the ring and bumps for like other guys who are higher up on the fucking food chain or close to where he is. He doesn't go there and get bitched out.
And I swear to God, Joey, I swear to God, a motherfucker was like, here's an example of what he's talking about or whatever. And they showed videos, like highlights of him sort of shoulder bumping and stuff. And I swear to God, in some of these videos, he's wrestling like Dragon Lee and shit. I'm like,
oh, yeah. Dude, you need to be bumping for Dragon Lee.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this is not a good example, you know?
This is like, oh, yeah, if I remember correctly, it was like him giving him like a Hurricane Rana type deal.
Yeah, like off the
What's he supposed to do?
Yeah.
A full fucking
It's just so stupid, man. It's just people are fucking ridiculous, dude. And then these are the sheets like drumming up this type of bullshit about Cross, like right when he's like finally seemingly might get a push soon. I don't know. Conan talked about this though on K100. I think the episode's out. It should be by now. But he did talk about how this could be a last chance for Cross, though, this Sami Zayn match or something like that. So I don't know. Hopefully that's not the case. And he sticks around for a while. But yeah, I like Karrion Kross, and I think they should give him a push. It'd be cool if he could get to like a world title status, but not everybody gets there. But it would be cool to see, like, he's clearly over. The fans are buying his merch. They're going crazy for him, even on main event. Videos keep coming out of him getting like huge pops wrestling these guys on main event, and then some asshole comes out and says, oh, he doesn't even bump though. It's like, come on, man.
Why doesn't he fall down for me more? But by the way, there's definitely audio of me from probably almost 15 years ago now at this point talking about Wade Barrett, and I would always say Wade Barrett comes out and he's, you know, I'm 6'5" and I'm this assassin, and he's just constantly flippity flopping for everybody. Yeah. Wade Barrett would sell for everybody like he was a fucking cruiserweight.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, no wonder you're not getting over, because you're trying to be like this big, tough British brute, and you're flying around like you weigh 160 pounds.
Yeah, and you're wrestling that NXT to be style, you know, that's sort of what NXT became, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, I get it. You're showing, hey, look, I'm so athletic that I can bump like these guys, but it's not helping you. It's not helping your character.
Well, speaking of helping, man, Mike fucking Glass gifted 10 Pro Wrestle Clips memberships. Hopefully our haters and some of those bots thank you, dude. 10 fucking acknowledge me. And chat, round of applause for Mike Glass.
Can you tell the people how that works? And by the people, I mean me, because I don't even know how that works. What is that?
So what he did was he clicked that little button below, guys, where you can send a super chat in if you support what I do and what Joe Numbers does. And you can gift memberships to the channel, you know? So, and then the memberships get access to, I do shows that are Member Mondays. If you're a patron or a member of the YouTube channel, you get access to my member shows and like other exclusive stuff. You know what I mean? So he just bought and gifted 10 random people watching the show memberships, you know?
Ooh, that's very kind of him to do such a thing.
Yes, very kind. And also JWT6577, YouTube changed it, Joe, where now it's not people's names, it's their @ handles on YouTube.
Oh,
you know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that
now,
makes
like,
it
I don't know
real easy to
anyone
read. Yeah,
it's so annoying, man. For 5 says, as a longtime Torch guy, Wade has cried about Cross for years.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that's it. Some of these dudes, like, it's just like, you know, if you do a regular fucking opinion show where you talk shit about wrestlers and goof around and be silly, they don't have the ability to remove themselves to that point and be like, well, you know, this guy's kind of getting over, or like, oh, hey, you know, this guy's big and he looks like a wrestler and we should sort of support him. It's like, no, they dislike people. And that's from the Meltzer playbook, you know? Hey, this guy's
emotional damage.
Hey, this guy's spurgery and does all the moves I like, so I'm going to tell you that he's better than Ric Flair. Like, that's That's how the fuck that goes, you know?
No, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And people get in the Discord too. We have Raquel and Mike Glass gifted another 5 Pro Wrestle Clips memberships.
Wrestling
So
for dirt bags and lily pickers.
I don't even know what to tell you, dude. I don't know. Thank you so much. Mike came in here and said, I will rule you. I will reign supreme. Oh, man. Thank you, everyone. A round of applause for Mike Glass on this morning. It's not even lunchtime where I'm at today. It's not even lunchtime, dude.
He's just giving out cups of coffee. That's
Yeah,
what he's doing.
thank you. I got a
He
Red
brought a
Bull
box
here,
of Joe. That's what he did, you know?
Absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Does Tim Hortons do boxes of Joe? Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I think they do. You can
What do
get
they call
boxes. Yeah, I think.
What do they call them there? Do they have a different name?
I don't know. Like as far as what, like a box of coffee?
Yeah. Because here, that's the big thing is Dunkin' Donuts does the box of Joe, and it's like 15 cups of
I mean,
coffee.
I would just call it a box of Joe, but it's probably a box of like a Timmy's. I don't know what they call it. I've never gotten a box. I just go and get some double doubles, buddy.
Oh.
Double cream, double sugar, bud. Or
It's a bucket of Tim.
Yeah, a bucket of Tim's, bud. It's a bin of Tim's, bud.
A bin of Tim.
Yeah,
it's a bin of
carton. It's a carton, buddy.
A carton of Tim's. That's only better because in the States, if people say carton, it's always cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's always cigarettes. No one's ever like, oh, I got a fucking carton of cookies or something. It's like, are you trying to secretly tell me that you're smoking butts? Is that what you mean? Like, it's just like you're saying it like in front of a kid, like you don't want them to know. Yeah. Did you go get a bunch of beers? No. We didn't get beers. We got a case of cookies. A 30 rack of cookies.
A 30 rack, yeah.
Raquel is not. Oh boy.
You don't think this is gonna go? Do you think this is gonna go off? Well, it's a street fight scenario. They called it a Riyadh Boulevard street fight, so very AEW of them.
I want to know what a Riyadh Boulevard. What, like, is that like a main street for them or something? I don't even know. How the fuck would I know?
Yeah, exactly. I've never been over there, dude. Who are you asking?
10 Saudi Arabians in the chat. Somebody fill us in. All right, so Rhea. By the way, I love the fact that wherever Rhea goes in the world, even places like this, where you would think to themselves, they'd be like, we're so angry and hateful at this lady. She's got tattoos or fucking blah, blah, blah. And there's still dudes. Like, at the end of the day, you're just a dude.
Yeah.
And you're like,
just a dude.
It's just a dude. And you're just like, I feel like she would beat the shit out of me, but like,
but like in a good way.
Which, by the way, these guys that probably do live in places where women are, culturally more subservient. They're probably even more quietly into some chick that would like pick them up and carry them like a baby.
Yeah, dude.
Don't you think that would be the thing?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Because it's like forbidden. It's like a thing that doesn't. They're all about the what is it? Death by snoo. Shout out Futurama.
They're sitting there. They're like, I can't believe this woman would try to tell me what to do. And then they're like, I also really kind of dig that shit. Like. At the same time, I would bet that's where a lot of the muscle mommy money goes. To cultures where it's like, women are typically like they kind of treat women like we're better than you, or it's guys that think they're big and tough, but they really want a woman to just kind of like step on their head.
Yeah, kick them in the balls, slap them around a little bit.
You're like, how much to upgrade to you kicking me in the nuts?
JWT says the last time I went to KSA, I was too busy sweating to notice anything.
So he's been to. Is that KSA? Isn't that the guy that the streamer KSA? Which one is that?
Yeah, I don't know. Is that a streamer?
Is that Saudi Arabia? Is that their airport? I really don't know. I'm not even trying to be funny. I have no fucking idea.
Muscle Moms, Monster Girls. It's all super in right now.
It is very funny that it's like a very I don't know, is it Gen Z that's more into that, where it's like the middle between like the anime pillow, the little like, oh, I smile and I saw baby like little baby, or it's big jacked bitches that will like break their nose. Like it's like a little bit of both, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little mixture, dude. You throw a mage in there and some magic, and there you go.
Man, oh, that's it. Oh, Kingdom of oh wait, the place this called the fucking Kingdom?
Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Yeah, dude, KSA. KSI is the streamer.
Oh, that's the guy. Is that the same thing as Speed?
Yeah, like I think, or no, KSI
the same
is
guy?
a
I
guy.
don't know,
It's like a British guy, I'm pretty sure. And then, you know what? I don't even know. I gotta be honest. I don't, man. I don't like. People are like Kai Cenat. It's like I don't like. I know he's a streamer. I don't know his shit other than I'll play a clip of like, oh, he linked up with John Cena, so then I'll like play a clip of it or whatever. Like I don't really know them or know if you lined up like a bunch of these streamers. Everything's niche now. I was talking about that with my wife the other day. Like, you know, everything's niche now, right? There'll be a YouTuber with like 4 million subs, and you'll have never heard of them in your fucking life.
Oh yeah,
you know, and that now like everything's like that. So it's quite
well.
interesting.
Well, it's also like you said, it's so aimed, it's so specifically targeted. Like it's what you as like a grown married man don't want to watch a little boy play video games all day?
Yeah,
like that's not for you, dude. Why
Yeah.
don't you know who that person is? Like
exactly.
Like you don't want to send him your parents' money to have him do a Fortnite dance or something? Like that's
exactly to have him, the Miles Morales guy who just stands there and fucking goes, I'm getting flowers. I'm getting flowers.
You don't want to do that? Like that's not in your wheelhouse for some
I
reason.
talk about CTE, man. What the fuck happened to that guy?
Wait,
how did he figure out that's what he was good at? You know, it's crazy.
Well, somebody pointed, God, I'm trying to remember what it was. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Listen, man, I'm not trying to say I'm from the Northeast of America. All right. Like we are what we are. Right. But I'm not sure I want to go anywhere that's still calling itself a kingdom.
No,
I'm sorry. Like it's in the year 2025. Someone's like, do you want to go to the fucking Kingdom of New Jersey? I'd be like, what the fuck's going on there?
Yeah, dude,
what happened there, dude? That's it's a little scary to me. That's legitimately intimidating. I'm not saying culturally it's not like a knock on anybody that's there, not even the religious aspect of it. But if you're gonna call it a kingdom, I don't know, dude. That makes me a little bit like I'm like, when I go there, am I gonna have to like appease the fucking like am I gonna have to see serfs in a field? And
yeah, probably, dude. I mean, they have sultans there and shit, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, like I mean, like excuse me, mage, like I don't know. Ooh, yeah. See, now this is absolutely for these guys in this crowd right now. They're tying Rhea up and then beating her with the stick in the belly.
Yeah, dude. And now they're brawling on the outside. Rhea's cooking something up, as Wade Barrett just said. She's setting up some sort of contraption. The crowd is hot as shit, though, man. Like, they are loving this match, and they've been really on fire. Remember, the Saudi crowds were always, like, really bad at first. And
then
now,
they're still figuring it out.
Yeah. But now they're, like, really good. Like, the last few shows, they've been, like, turned up and really invested in the characters and everything and going nuts, like, and popping for certain shit. And
yeah, they're learning how to be fans, dude. Like,
yeah,
which is a good thing. Somebody just put Lenny actually in the chat room just said that I wouldn't go to the United Kingdom. I'm like, no. I think it's the kingdom first makes it a little bit weirder.
Oh yeah, does it? Yeah, I guess UK, right? The United Kingdom.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like United.
I'd go to a kingdom, but I don't know. I don't. I didn't even realize they called it. Well, like I know that they're like the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, but I didn't know that people referred to it as KSA.
Yeah. See, I feel like if you put the kingdom first, it sounds a lot more intimidating.
Possibly.
You know what I mean? Like if it was like New York's kingdom, I'm like, all right, but if it was like the Kingdom of New York, I'd be like, Makes it sound a little bit sounds a little bit more. I don't know, dude. It's just the placement of the word kingdom. I think maybe it makes you feel like they're taking this term more seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like we really, really fucking we love our king here. We're all about that fucking that
It's so king
that
that
monarchy
it's a dumb.
shit. Yeah.
Andre Adams for 5 says it has been confirmed by my sources that the Death Riders are working restroom concierge at King of the Ring. Oh man, you know what they say, dude. You know
The
what
best
they
guy is
say.
Tony Khan.
Do you think at this point that Wheeler Yuta cares?
Bro.
And I mean like really cares. Like he's gotta just be
They
so
give Moxley.
shocked.
Moxley's the guy who gives you, or Yuta's the guy who gives you the mint on your way out of the fucking men's room in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Wheeler, Sir Wheeler Yuta. He's one of the surf. Instead of Wheeler, he's surfer.
Claudio's like warm towel. Anyone warm towel, dude? Yeah, Yuta, he doesn't give a fuck. I don't know why that whole Death Riders thing is still a thing, and they're going All In is coming up, and I mean they're going with Hangman and Mox, a match we've seen a billion times already. Pretty wild in my mind. You'd think they would start moving towards like we're giving Ospreay $1 billion. Why don't we fucking use him or whatever? But I don't know, man. Mox and Hangman, I guess, and we got to deal with Mox's shit until then. And then what's going to happen? That group's just going to disappear after terrorizing the company for however long, and there'll be no real payoff for it. And Yuta's just, for some reason, they're telling him all the wrong things. Yeah, let your hair and everything grow really long and shitty, and fucking that'll get you over. It's like, what?
He just looks atrocious. That's really it.
He just looks like shit.
Anytime I see him, I just go, this is really what they're still trying to sell this. They really picked this as their guy that they were gonna prop him up and he was gonna become like a part of the main event group. It's like,
and Garcia doing the dick wiggle thing still, like he's just wiggling his dick, doing it on people's faces during matches, literally. And like he's wrestling Adam Cole, and he's like bigger than Adam Cole, and like he comes out and he cuts a promo and just people don't react to Garcia at all, man.
Because he's negative charisma.
People were saying Yuta and Garcia was like AEW's future Rock and Austin. I remember sickos were saying that, and it's like, bro, what the fuck? They're so bad. You don't see it? Like, I'm sorry.
Boys regular versus yard gnome. That's really
damn running kick after the Razor's Edge. Raquel kicks out. This match has been crazy.
Yeah, they're beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, Rhea hits a fucking big crucifix bomb. That's wild, dude. Like Homicide style from TNA. You remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Just throw dudes in the air. Yeah, she just hit her with one of those fucking Kinshasa's there, running knee.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. No, I didn't say. Well, she did the gringo, not the gringo killer, the border toss. She did one of those.
The prototypes?
Let's see.
Hits her with like the fucking crucifix bomb or whatever, then runs and hits her with the knee. Has her in the prism trap. Raquel's fighting out. Oh shit, what's gonna happen? Tap.
This is way too pseudo.
Wait, who's this? Yeah, see, we called it. Oh, and then she face plants. What the fuck? Yeah, we called it. Roxanne Perez. Roxanne.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm a little behind. I'm watching Rhea Rhea's laying into this fucking girl. Yeah, the leather, them in the full, honest to God, putting them in the full leather outfits is almost more sexual than if they just let them wear fucking outfit,
for real.
like regular
what
shit.
are they? What are they all wearing? And it all just looks similar too. Like Roxanne and Rhea couldn't coordinate this here. They look like they're in a tag team. They look like they're all in the same band and they're fighting over the direction of the music.
Lady Slipknot. Yeah, this is.
Lady Slipknot. Shit.
Hey, what are they making fucking girl Slipknot now?
They like the lashes with the belt over there. There he is.
Dude, I'm telling you, like this is like I'm talking to Mish right now too. I've got him up in the fucking the Discord chat that we are on, and I just said to him, I'm like, this is almost more sexual having them all in these outfits. It really is. Like, look at look at Roxanne. By the way, Roxanne's not wrestling. Why is she in a thing like that? Why isn't she just in regular ass clothes?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
They all gotta wear the fucking.
Yeah, they all have to wear the fucking, like, I don't know why she didn't, just come out in jeans and shit.
Oh my God. Dude.
That would have made way more sense.
I mean, Roxanne looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, aesthetically, it works for her. She
Throw
looks,
into the post.
fucking-
Oh man, into the fucking stairs, hitting her with 2K shit.
Oh my God.
Spiraling drop. Andre Adams says, "Damn it, Joe, I am not unhearing Lady Slipknot." Yeah.
I felt the hate rise up in me. Kneel down and clear the stone of bliss.
And then it's like, why are you waiting, bleed?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Hey, fuck it off. Fuck this world. People equal shit. All right, wait. Yeah, they've made this more weirdly horny than All right, yeah, they're working.
I was a
hard here.
worm before I was a man. Actually, a woman. Okay, I was a creature before I could stand. It's like doing yoga class. Okay?
Could you imagine? Oh boy, this is very Andrew Dice Clay. They're gonna have a fucking band with 9 broads, like they're gonna all get along.
Yeah, what are they fucking at his band over here with like
you got 9
dicks
fucking.
in
Like,
it?
you think you're gonna have 9 ladies and they're gonna like each other? What the fuck? You're gonna be
9
stealing.
fucking broads over here.
You're gonna be stealing each other's fucking makeup. It's gonna be a big old problem.
They're gonna sleep with each other's boyfriends.
Oh, what do? You play a keg? Oh, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, banging a drum. Oh.
Hey, I'm Italian girl Slipknot from New Jersey.
Oh shit.
Fucking Iowa, no, we're all from here. We wear BDSM outfits. Hey, oh.
Damn, what is Please Don't Die? What are they doing up here? Holy shit.
Oh, I hate these types. I really
Please don't die. Please don't die. What's going on?
What was it? It was
my God. They're really
oh.
giving this win. Oh my God. Are you for real? Wow, they've really.
Oh boy.
They've beaten fucking Raquel into dust, man. I really don't even know what to say.
I'm not even at the finish.
They smashed her into oblivion, bro. Like she's just beaten into dust.
Oh, see, I'm not even at the finish yet, but I hate like these table across the top rope spots.
Yes.
I always think of when Shane did the deal with Angle where they just like put a plank of wood.
Yeah.
Do you remember that in their Street Fighter where they were just like, plank of wood? Let me carry you on this plank of wood. And I was just like, how the fuck did those men not? Yeah, watching that as a teenager, you're like, yeah, this makes sense. Then watching it as an adult, I'm like, that's the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. Why?
So chat was right. They had 73% voted Rhea and 26% went against me with Raquel. I'm 1-1 this evening. And yeah, it's like when Edge and Christian draped the table over the ladders as well and like won those tag titles at TLC, whatever the fuck. That was scary too, man. That was a situation where it's like, yeah, just please don't die.
Jeez. Well, this was a wild match. That was wild in general.
It was. That was pretty good. Speaking of wild, we have some we have some more news. Let's do it in between these matches here. We might as well react to what's going on in the world. That's what we do better than most there, my good friend Joe Numbers. Triple H notified Braun Breaker that he would be in a faction with Rollins and Heyman minutes before his match at WrestleMania. Here's what Taker had to say.
Excited here recently with you getting involved with Seth and Paul. I'd kind of love to hear a little bit how all that come together.
Going into the weekend, I know we got the Mania match, Fatal 4-Way. It's my first Mania. That's my focus going into it. Not thinking about Raw. I don't even know if I'm going to be on TV. So going into that week, that was my focus. That's all that was it. I'm in Gorilla. So I'm warming up for Mania. We're next. I mean, I want to say like the first guy in our match's entrance is hit. And I'm like waiting for my music, and he comes around, and we do our normal routine, and then he's like, you know what's going on? I was like, no.
This is right before your match.
Right before Mania match. He's like, well, bam, see ya. And then just
oh gosh dang.
Like,
so are you feeling this Seth Rollins faction? I haven't been feeling it that much, and I think that they messed up Bronson with JC Mateo. That's like those guys are mixed up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I gotta say to that is
there you go. Okay.
I truly, and I'm sure people will say, like, well, of course you're going to hate this. I'm like, no, you completely derailed Braun. Now he just sits there and lets Seth do it all. Like Heyman doesn't talk. It's like, yeah, that's a good idea. Have Paul Heyman on your show and he doesn't talk. He stands there and lets Seth Rollins talk. So you have Seth with these two guys who they're both like, what did they both start out as? Like, truly, here comes Braun Breaker. His name's Braun Breaker. He breaks shit like Limp Bizkit. He runs through guys. He cuts them in half. He doesn't follow the rules. He doesn't need your. Oh, just kidding. He has buddies now. Hey, here's Bronson Reed. He's a big monster from New Zealand. Watch, he's gonna splash you 50 times. He's gonna use it. He's unstoppable. You can't wait. You've completely stopped him. You put him in a suit. And he stands next to Seth Rollins. Remember when he almost killed Seth Rollins? Remember when he almost killed? Well, he takes orders from him now. He takes orders from him now. Oh,
yeah.
All right. I guess we'll just cut both of these guys' dicks off and put them in a sack and let Seth Rollins carry him around in his purse. I guess I don't know. I don't know. I'm the resident #1 Seth Rollins hater. Yeah. Basically, anything you involve him in, you're basically injecting a fucking tumor directly into those people. If you put Seth Rollins next to them.
Yeah. PM Cruz in chat says Seth's faction makes little sense to me. So listen, I called this out real early and people thought I was just being a fucking hater. No. And I've beat this JC Mateo Bronson Reed shit to death ad nauseum. Go back and listen to, I'm not going to cover it again, but they should be switched. If you really think about story-wise, what makes sense? Cobb should just be the hired gun that who comes from outside the WWE that Seth brings in, that Heyman's smashing over. Reed was doing shit with the bloodline. I've beat that to death. Go and listen. But Cruz says, what does a dominant monster like Braun, what would he gain from being subservient to Seth's career goals?
Nothing. And they don't even talk about it. They don't even mention it.
Doesn't make fucking sense. All it is Triple H's handpicked guys. Like, we know that Jonah, Bronson Reed, is like his guy. He was going to push him to the moon. Vince fired him, whatever. Then Triple H rehired all of his guys back, right? So, and then we know Breaker is like the next big thing coming out of NXT 2.0, and that's really a Shawn Michaels guy right there. And then you have Seth Rollins, who's like Triple H's guy through and through, like from the beginning. So that's really all this faction is. And it doesn't make sense. And like the fact, again, I've beat this to death, but the fact that Rollins beat Roman and Punk at Mania and aligned with Heyman, who's just called shots and gotten people in matches and title match, all of that just so he could maybe win the Money in the Bank tournament, then maybe win the Money in the Bank, then maybe cash it in successfully. All of that's fucking dumb as shit too. He should have just got a title shot right away, right? Like that's where it looked like.
I just don't understand.
It's just dumb. It's bad, and I don't care what anyone says, man. I'm not feeling it that much. The three guys are cool, but yeah, you're right. They just sort of cut Breaker's legs out from under him there.
There's nothing cool about Seth.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
I'm
back
sorry.
in.
Like, I'm so at this point, I'm like embarrassed by other grown men that like him. They're like, this guy's cool. I'm like, you really think this is cool? Still? This like guy that's been on TV for 15 years and never had an identity and cuts the worst fucking promos ever and thinks a gimmick is like dressing like a fucking, like he doesn't dress like that. He doesn't even look naturally dressed like that.
Yeah. That's the one thing too that you can call out that maybe it's a little bit unnatural and whatnot. So
It's embarrassing. Like I see him on the show and I just go, the way that people will talk about certain wrestlers and they'll be like, oh, I would feel stupid if somebody saw me watching this. I'm like, imagine just a regular person seeing Seth Rollins stand in the ring for 10 minutes and go, nah, I'm the best.
Yeah.
You'd be like, are you watching fucking SpongeBob? What are you watching? You're a grown man and you're watching this, and then like all these fucking loser lemmings in the crowd making his little moany song, and because Triple H is horny for him and wishes that he could be Seth Rollins. Like that's the saddest thing about the Seth Rollins thing is that Triple H is looking at it and booking him like he's his fucking Gundam. Where it's like if he could be a guy who was rounding 40 instead of a guy who's in his 50s, he would want to be like Seth Rollins. Yeah, I'd come out to metal. And I win all the time. And I'm a heel, but I fucking still want to be cheered. And I got a babyface song, but I'm a heel. Like that's exactly what the fuck he would be. And it just keeps, once again, like I said, Heyman just stands there. You're like, yeah, no, there's no use for Paul Heyman to talk. Why would you have him there? Why else would you have Paul Heyman there? He doesn't even interfere in matches. He doesn't help cheat. He does nothing. There's no promises made to either of those guys, like you said earlier, too. Why doesn't he look at Braun Breaker and say, Braun, you were already the 2-time Intercontinental Champion. With us, it'll be 3.
Yeah.
Hey, over there, Bronson Reed, right?
Yeah.
Bronson, you're a killer, man.
Yeah.
You think you're going to come back here? Listen, we knew that you had your differences with Seth, but we look at you and we know that you should be more than what you already are. You should be king of the ring.
Yeah.
Is he king of the ring?
Yeah,
No.
it's king of the
No, he's a fucking lemming. He's a lemming for Seth Rollins for some.
And I just think it's so dumb too, because like Rollins got hit, like Reed's whole shit was like destroying Rollins. That was this whole fucking thing. And then they're like, oh, well, Rollins realized the only man who could really destroy him and take him out. And it's like, but that's not true. We've seen other people destroy and take him out. It's just so dumb. It's
then
like,
why would he want to partner with
Reed.
him?
Yeah, like Reed fucking hates Rollins so much he hit him with 7 tsunamis. But Rollins is like, I can't forgive Punk for talking shit, or what did he even do? Like, you know what? Why do Punk and Rollins hate each other? Oh, you're toxic backstage. This guy tried to murder me, but I'll just forgive him and bring him on my team because I hate Punk so much. I need the money in the bank. It's so bad.
Phil, you know the saying: if you can beat him, join him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it should be, right?
If you can beat them, join them.
Yeah, that's what you should do. If you want to be, that's who you want to attach yourself to, is people that you can beat.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
he's so over. Sammy's so over. He's got to win this fucking match, man. I'm sorry. It sucks for Cross. I really want Cross to get the push. I'm a fucking troll. I'd have Cross go over. But let's see.
Do you think Cross is going to put the
count his
fucking
back bumps, chat? Let's get a ticker going, a timer. George, you need to count the back bumps. The shoulder bumps don't count. And if you guys, I'm the referee, okay? Me and Joe are the referees. If you guys need to know what works, if
what
one
constitutes as a back bump?
if it constitutes as a back or a shoulder. But the crowd's going nuts for this because of Sammy. But like Cross got a reaction too, man. I mean, they should start his merch is selling. People are chanting for him. He gets big reactions on like main event. They got to start doing something with him soon, or don't, I guess, or maybe we'll see if Wade Keller's right here tonight.
The immovable force meets the unbumpable object. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum.
I think they should, when Zoe Stark comes back, if Seth's faction's going, though, they should stick her with them. Because it's already just like a whatever to me. It's like you might as well just throw her with them. Yeah.
And she can just hang out with them and just be like, hey, am I going to win anything? No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, she's like Seth, kind of, she kind of does flips and has that kind of style, but she tries to be a heel, and it's like, all right, just help. Maybe Seth can get over with her. It's weird, too, because Seth's the heel, but then they all sing his shit. Because heels are all about, like, we're cool and shit,
Yeah, it's total Triple H shit. Like I was saying,
Yeah.
like that's what Triple H would have done for himself, where he's like, I'm supposed to not get a reaction, so that's why I come out with the Fire Skull head to heavy metal as the Terminator with smoke. And,
Cross
yeah.
just flat back bumped on the outside of the ring. So I think Wade Keller's whole fucking
he's reading the news. That's why.
Yeah, I think his whole theory just got blown up. So I don't know. There you go, guys.
Let's see. Well, there's one. By the way, I got to give this is like one of those little things that I think is important because, I'm crazy. Cross throws a punch too. Cross can actually throw a punch, which most of them can't, which people tend to forget. I'd rather have the guy be able to throw a believable punch than constantly bump. I don't know. It's weird. Just an old fashioned geezer. To think that, basic wrestling stuff is more important than flippity do. All right. Cross is so much fucking bigger than all of these people, dude.
Hell yeah.
It's so weird. Like, and I know Sammy's not like a juice head fucking big guy, but
how about Mariah May, Blake Monroe owning some fucking sicko who's like, she shows herself like making her NXT debut at like one of the house shows they do. And then some fucking AEW sicko's like, there's only 20 people there. You could kiss all of them. And then Blake Monroe's like 750, actually, a new record for that venue. Boom. On a fucking NXT house show, just owning some fucking goofball. I'm so glad she's in the Fed now and can just like actually tell you fucking sickos what she thinks about you.
Do you know how funny it is to just in general, anybody that's like an AEW fan being like, cool, there's not a crowd there. It's like, yeah, let's.
Yeah, Brandon Thurston saying that the crowds, the TV ratings, and the streaming numbers for AEW are all up. They're all up. Like it's, and it's just ridiculous. And like we can just look at it and know that that's not the case,
Now, this is where we can get like, we can get into the specifics of that though, right? For him to be like, they're up. It's like, okay, but how much?
Yeah, and it's like, why? Because
1,000
they're
people?
charging more for tickets and shit. Yeah.
500 people? What is
and even Grok has faulty information because someone's like, Grok, is this true? And then like Grok is saying, well, AEW has 19,000 tickets sold for this all-in show. No, distributed, man. Distributed. They're not sold. They don't have 19,000 tickets sold, period. I know for a fact we showed video of them at giving tickets away, saying, hey, Lance Archer went to an MMA show with Bobby Lashley, got in the ring on the microphone and said, you see those ladies over there? You all can go ask for tickets. I know people there who are saying, yes, they're giving tickets away. The AEW ticket tracker account is saying that they gave away hundreds the other day. They're into the thousands given away, but even Grok, which I mean, I hate how every tweet now is some retard bot asking Grok a fucking question about, hey, is this true? Bro, it's just a collection of everyone's shit. It doesn't have its own fucking idea, you dumb fuck. It's if 100 people go out there and say, there's 19,000 tickets sold, and then 10 people go out there and say they're not sold, they're distributed, then it'll fucking tell you this is how many are sold because it's just pulling from other people's shit. You know what I mean? So if you're asking it like what day did this is why these dumbasses too, you saw the other day people were like, 25 years ago today John Cena made his debut, and it was on the wrong fucking day, man. It was on the wrong day that they were doing that. They were doing it 2 days before. And I'll tell you why, because they asked AI. Because I asked AI and it said the wrong day. And then I fact-checked it on John Cena's own shit. Because I was like, why are they getting, I swear the date's wrong here. And all these accounts did it because they're asking AI, and even AI can get dates wrong and shit. You got to fact-check fucking AI as well, okay? But it is good for like, hey, has Eddie Guerrero ever wrestled Owen Hart? And it will say like, yes, at this, and then you got to fact check the time and date and all that shit. But it will say, yeah, they wrestled in a dark match. I mean, it's good for little factoids, but motherfuckers know, okay? Stop asking Grok under every post. There's a meme And it's like a meme. What does this mean? Everyone, there's always someone grok. Did this movie actually suck? Is this true? It's like, what the fuck, man? You guys get lives. What the fuck
It's like
is
a
going
banana
on?
bread recipe, and it's like, Grok, is this really true? Did someone
Yeah.
really make a recipe for banana bread? And he's
Oh, and here's the thing too. Someone I think in chat, and I don't know if you're talking about this, but you're saying we do it ironically. Yes, I get it. Some people, it is funny. Like, yes, you can whip out a grok, is this, or like grok, is this true or whatever, as like a funny, and it sort of started as that. But now it's like people under every post, it's someone grokking a fucking answer. So some people say like, grok, tell me if this is true, but talk like a Rastafarian or whatever. That shit's fucking hilarious. I pop for that, but like, because it's funny, seeing Grok be like, one dem ting, man, like it's fucking, it's funny, right? But like when people seriously do this, I'm telling you, and I see it more when I'm doing like Phil Marks Out stuff and I'm looking up movie stuff, it's more in like the pop culture sphere than it is, let's say, wrestling, but it's going to start happening everywhere. And yeah, I mean, Grok is trying to say though that AEW has 19,000 tickets sold for this event that they do not. They've given away thousands so far, which is fine. I don't care if people pad houses or work the numbers. WWE did it for years. I just get pissed off when Meltzer's crying about WrestleMania 3 still for how many years, and he won't call out AEW for the exact same thing,
And the only difference is at this point too, you can see it happen in real time. People are filming, like you said, people are filming it at shows like, hey, look, here's someone with a literal handful of tickets just handing them out. There's a big difference between that you're like, okay, well, what happened in 1986? Fucking how do we know? We don't know to some extent. Like, dude, yeah, someone could sit there and say, hey, call into WGQRS and we'll give 5 tickets out to you, front row or second row for blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's the same exact thing as somebody sitting there and handing them out to people. The only difference is you're getting people who are more excited, more motivated, and there was also still the possibility that they might have bought them if they were that excited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference. But yeah, I when you're at a point though where you're sitting there and you're going, I have to give out thousands of tickets, you're overreaching. That's all it comes down to, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
Is that if you have a 5,000 seat building and you have to give out 4,000 tickets, then you should be in a 2,000 seat building at best.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I mean?
actually, people were pulling numbers too, and they were like, I guess WCW, when they had that 40,000 seater in whatever the fuck for the Goldberg match. Apparently, there was like 20,000 tickets plus comped for that or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, but they still sold more than AEW has because they're not even at 20,000 yet. So the number was like 45,000 people is what they said, but like 23,000 of those tickets were comped, right? So that means over 20,000 were sold. So AEW's not at over 20,000 sold yet, and even if they hit 20,000 for this All In show, they are at thousands comped already. So this WCW show still beat it. Not that I even really give a fuck, but there's an example even of WCW comping thousands of fucking tickets. And then you're worried about how it looks on TV ultimately, because like when you comp them, it doesn't mean everyone's going to show up. And at the end of the day, I mean, it doesn't matter if people say 93,000 in the Superdome, pal, or 20,000 in Texas at Globe Life. Like, I don't care, man. The carnies are going to carny. But you're absolutely right. It's like, go to a smaller building. I broke it down on the show. Like, we've all been to shows that are big. We've all been to shows that are small. And some of the best memories of shows we've all been to in our lives, like whether it's like a band or a wrestling show or whatever, it's not always like, oh, it was the biggest venue, but it's like half the building's empty. Like it's usually the shows where people are piled on top of each other and everyone's fucking raging and we all experience this crazy energy together. And that's hard to capture in like a building where you're padding the stats. You know what I mean? And I just hate that the dirt sheets can't be fair. They still want to cry about WrestleMania 2 or whatever the fuck, and they fucking can't call out Tony Khan for the same thing. It drives me mad, and that's why I do it. That's why I spend my time.
How about just the fact of this too? When people are like, we want these big buildings, right? And it's all about filling a giant venue.
Yeah.
At what point do fans even look at that and go, this is more for you than it is for us? Which is, we've kind of reached that point where people are looking at some of these shows and they're going, wait a second, are you getting this big ass venue because you think like, oh man, we just want everyone in the city to have the opportunity to see Wheeler Yuta? Or
yeah, and well,
is it for you more than it is for us? And people aren't stupid. They might not notice that. Well, people are stupid, but not all the time, you know. It's they go, wait a second.
You hit the fucking nail on the head though, dude. Like, I've called Tony Khan out for that as well. Like, the reason he gets these big buildings, and he said in an interview, well, it's convenient and stuff. It's more, you know, the amenities and all this shit. And it's like, so you're making people like pay for parking. Some probably costs more in some of these venues to pay for parking than the ticket for the show cost, or equivalent. And they have to buy fucking super expensive beer and hot dogs and walk through this big empty building because it's everyone in your locker room needs their own dressing room, and you need to pull up your fucking, you know, you need your private parking.
Yeah,
like,
you have to treat it like they're NBA
you,
players and not shindy wrestlers.
And people say AEW is like the fan service company. I fucking disagree with that, dude. Like, I think it's the Tony Khan service company. And
well, I'll tell you this much: if I was running a let's call it what it is, a lower mid-size at best wrestling promotion, and I had all this shit already bought. I already had satellite trucks. I already had all my rings, all the setups and everything. I would be contacting casinos with mid-level size arenas throughout the United States and saying to them, let's cut a deal on these buildings. If you can fit, how many people can you fit in there? Oh, I don't know, like 3,000 people.
Yeah.
Because how many of these fucking casinos across the country, and I'm sure it happens in Canada too.
Yes.
Where it's like
Yep.
every night they've got some fucking, who's playing the casino? Shinedown, Godsmack, some you know guys.
No, you're right. Yeah, Kevin Smith is here doing stand up or whatever.
Co-worker music bands are playing the fucking state, you know. And
no, you're right though. It's like Russell Peters or whatever is here doing fucking
And you just say to them, hey, listen, we'll come there, we'll bring X amount of people, cut us a good price on the venue, we'll bring all our shit in, bring all our shit out. And you know what? As the people come and go, they're gonna eat at your fucking at the restaurants here, they're gonna throw some money in a slot machine, and we'll all move on with our lives.
Well, that's a great idea, and I think it would give them it would give them a new look. And I like what you're selling me on here, Joe's. Keep going ahead there, though. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. It's stuff like that where you look at it and you go, okay, so they did that same thing actually in Connecticut.
Yeah,
AEW did, and the place was still fucking 70% empty.
Well, dude, I like your pitch though, man. That's such a good goddamn idea, actually. Sorry.
big place, free parking.
Yeah.
The venue benefits from it because people are coming and going and eating.
Yeah, and people are there anyways too. Like, you know, you might be at the casino. I'll check out this wrestling show.
You're also providing comps through the building because everybody that goes there and gambles at these places, they send them a list, like you said. Hey, do you want to come see fucking Carlos Mencia on a Thursday night? You spend $300 at the blackjack table. Like that's how they make their money. And they could very easily just do something along those lines. And they lost their fucking pants when they ran in Connecticut at one of the casinos nearby me. But at the same time, if they're working some sort of deal with them where they're saying, hey, we're going to come here and run a show on a Tuesday, and all we need is the space, they'll more than likely charge them nothing or close to nothing to run in these fucking venues because they just want they just want people in the hotel rooms. They just want people in the fucking burger joints and shit. But AEW doesn't think like that. Because it's not about money. It's not for about the fan experience. It's not about, hey, how can we make this work? It's just, hey, this would be cool, wouldn't it? We're going to run a football stadium. How many people want to get tickets to it? About 15, but that's okay. The football stadium will work. By the way, now
you're absolutely right, man. And I love what you're putting down there. And I just want to add this. instead of just doing like a giant fucking building in Australia as well, just to add sort of to what you're saying, man, why don't they, and I pitched this as well, why didn't they spend the first 2 years like, okay, or like, why don't they start doing this now? We're going to spend a month or two like just doing shows, taping our shows in Australia. They don't even need to all be live. Let's go to these different venues, start building our market. We'll spend a month this year in the UK going everywhere, and then we'll come back. And we'll do like a big stadium show or whatever, you know, like spend time in Mexico. Well, I mean, they did good, but they're teamed up with CMLL, but like spend time in Mexico, a month in there taping TV shows, right? And then say next year we're coming back, but we're going to do a big arena or stadium or whatever the fuck. That would be way better than just like announcing, hey, we're doing this big show in the UK, because then you can't sustain it. You guys did 83,000 allegedly, and then you did, now they're struggling to do like 25, or what did the last All In do at Wembley? Wasn't it like fucking 30,000 or something? Like it was way less, man. And
it
and
was
so
something
they
along
need to
those
figure it
lines,
out.
you know. Yeah, which by the way, like, still, are those numbers horrible? No, of course they're not bad.
No.
But it's just when you're playing this game, you know what I mean? Like when you're playing this game where, you know, I'm the richest fucking guy or whatever it might be. This happens all the time with rappers, right?
Yeah.
Where they're like, I'm throwing money, I'm so rich. And then 3 years later, they're like, look, they're driving around a regular car. And you're like, yeah, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah,
You know,
and no, you're right, dude. And the pissing contest is just about Tony wanting to. I've said this a few times as well. He's just artificially like inseminating himself into the history books. You know what I mean? He's just like buying his way into, I've had one of the longest running episodes of pro wrestling TV ever on TV. That's what he said the other day. No wrestling show's gone 4 hours before me. This is the first one. And it's like, yeah, but like 200,000 people were watching it. So now you're just like in this art. He artificially has bought his way into like the highest attended wrestling event ever and shit. It's just so.
Do you know how every
weird,
time? Do you know how every time you go to you know, like a bookstore or whatever it might be, Barnes and Nobles? I don't know what you guys got. Do you guys still got Barnes and Nobles up there?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we got them fewer and far between. We stopped
me
reading.
too. Yeah,
we stopped reading here. It's very important that
we got
don't read.
McNally Robinson. Do you know what that is?
I don't, but that sounds like a baseball player. I like it. Now, third base, McNally
or a place you get ice cream or something. You're right.
Yeah. Ooh, ice cream. Now I feel like it's nighttime, even though it's fucking 2:30. Like I'm like, ooh, is it almost dinner time? No, dude, it's barely fucking lunch. What was I say? Oh yeah, the bookstore thing, right? Well, so when you see the top 10 books, right? You'll go in there and you'll look and you'll see, and 90% of the time there's like 2 or 3 political pundit books, right? It'd be like, everything sucks, written by fucking Spaghetti McAllister. Like it's always like one of these things, right? Where you look and you're like, oh, okay, apparently these are popular books. But what will happen is like political groups or super PACs, when somebody that comes out with a book where they agree with everything they fucking write, they'll buy a bunch of their books to inflate the fucking numbers. So then they go, look, they're number 1 best time seller list. Look, they sold fucking 10 million copies or whatever. And people go, oh, look, it's successful. Look at that. Look how successful it is.
Yeah.
And then that pushes it up more. So people go, oh, it's got to be good. So I got to buy it. Blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, yes, that's the exact thing Tony Khan does with wrestling. It's the same shit where it's just like, yeah, if you have enough money to influence the stats to where people look at it. And like I said, they go, oh man, this has got to be good. Cause like you said, there's more episodes of this than anything that's ever fucking happened. It's like, yeah, but are they just paying a lot of money for the episodes and no one's watching them?
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
man. It's so ridiculous.
Are you just buying all these books and then immediately putting them in the fucking bin at the Goodwill? You know, like,
yeah.
Where are
No,
these?
it's true, man. You're spot on about that. And I mean, people criticize it till they're blue in the face. You just get called a hater. When realistically, it's like, oh man, I would love to have the Monday Night War type shit back, but it just can't happen with Tony Khan, bro. You know, we've all said it to death, and yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate. Like, what do you hope comes? Like, let me ask you that. Like, what do you hope comes from AEW? Like, are you hoping they succeed, or are you just like, fuck it, I don't even care, or is it like, are you just
Do
in
you
your
have
mind?
any?
Are
Do you
you
have
like
any
they're gonna?
alcoholics in your family?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever reach that point with them where you just know you can't help them? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I have people like that in my family.
That's how I feel about AEW.
Okay, there you go.
I mean, I think that's the best way to kind of put it, where you just like, you realize at some point, I bring him up. I call it my Uncle Jimmy, my old Uncle Jimmy. My Uncle Jimmy now is almost 70 years old. I've been alive for 40 years. Uncle Jimmy's been a loser ever since I could remember.
Yeah.
Right. My old joke going back to when I was a teenager, I'd walk in somewhere and it would smell like weed. I'd go, Jesus Christ, it smells like Uncle Jimmy's jacket in here. That's one of the oldest jokes that I've ever had as a human being. Jesus, it smells like Uncle Jimmy's jacket in here.
Yeah.
And that was for nobody but me and my friends. And that was always like an inside joke.
An insider, yeah.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. Was I supposed to, as a 25-year-old or 30-year-old man, look and be like, you know what? I hope Uncle Jimmy gets his shit together. Like, no, Uncle Jimmy's not going to get his shit together.
Yeah,
Uncle
you
Jimmy's,
come to realize, like,
he's 60. He wants to drink Rolling Rock and fucking play bass. Like, that's what he wants to do. Like, that's his fucking life. That's what he's decided his life is going to be. So for me to be like, oh man, where's AEW going to go? I'm like, I don't know. He's probably going to play bass in his mom's basement and fucking drink Rolling Rock. That's what it's going to be. Just with $1 billion budget.
Yeah.
I can't expect them someday to just wake up and be like, I'm going to change. You think they're going to change, dude?
Yeah.
Do you think AEW is going to change?
Yeah. No, you're right, man. And like, that's the thing too. People say, like, what would you do differently in AEW? And it's like, it wouldn't matter. Like, who would you put in place to help save AEW and shit? It doesn't matter, because ultimately it's just for Tony Khan. As long as he's there and he's driving the car, it's just, I think it's just.
What are you gonna do? Give Uncle Jimmy a new book and be like, you know what, Uncle Jimmy, you should read the 4 Agreements. Maybe that will help. Like, no, he's gonna be Uncle Jimmy, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you're right.
I hate to make such a depressing comparison.
No, it's not. No, it's a real one, though. It's
saying.
You're making sense here, dude. You're spitting. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I got to put a poll in the chat here too. So, chat, I was wrong. What am I shooting here tonight? I picked Sammy, I picked Raquel, so I'm 1-1, and I picked Rhodes, so I'm 2-1 tonight. Chat, what are you guys? Let me know in chat. Give me a like. Give me a hell yeah if you're feeling Joe Numbers, who's spitting here today, dropping fucking bombs. And make sure you go and check out youtube.com/ at Wrestling Soup 2010. I want to say in all caps.
Yeah, that's it. We're edging, dude. We're edging 10,000, man.
There you go, dude. And we're edging 7K here at youtube.com/ at Pro Wrestle Clips. So make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit like if you're watching on Twitter. Come on over to YouTube. Check us out and go sub to Wrestling Soup if you're not, for more of my guy here, and get them to 10K if we can do that.
I'll sing this to the hilltops, because this is a true fucking story. I am easily, I believe, in one of the first 200 people to sub to your show.
Yeah, dude. I'm
telling you, it's in there. If there was a way of you being able to look it up, I could give you my fucking YouTube name and you would see it in there, because
you did that. You told me, and I was like, holy shit. Yeah, that is fucking you, dude. I didn't realize that, but that's fucking amazing. And yeah, you and Mish have always shown me tremendous love. And, Mish has just randomly done shit for me behind the scenes. I don't even need to get into it. They're like, I don't even ask for anything. And like, you guys are just tremendous. And
we try to help nice people. That's
well, thank you.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Most people think I'm an asshole, but I guess we have that in common, don't we?
Well, you know what? It's the Kevin Nash thing, right? Everybody thinks Kevin Nash is a piece of shit, but if you meet Kevin Nash, he's nicer than most of these fucking assholes.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that much. It's that happened to me multiple times when I would meet random people working on shows with them. Yeah. Everybody that they were like, this person's a fucking asshole. The internet tells you they're like a dick or not nice to people. I'm like, why are they nicer than everybody?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they try and tell me about Punk too, and I'm like, I don't know, dude. Phil seems like a cool guy. I think we'd get along, us Phils. 2 Phils in a FOD. I don't know if that.
Well, I have this feeling that if you just, this is what I've kind of put together. I had this feeling that if you just spoke to him like a human being, he would be nice and normal to you. That's the takeaway I've gotten, and from anybody I know that's interacted with him, because I'm adjacent to, once again, Northeast,
Yeah.
hardcore bands and shit that have played shows where he showed up at, or he's met them, and he's like, yeah, they're always nice. They're always nice to him, and he's always nice to them, and he buys T-shirts and buys tickets. Like, he's not sitting there like, oh, I got to be backstage, or I got to fucking get in for free. It's like, no, he's just there. He's there to hang out. He'll buy fucking vinyls and stuff. Like, he's a good dude. But it's really easy to kind of make a story up about people and to roll with it. And he's been around for 25 years. So it's like, who's not gonna have a bad story? Or 10 after 25 years of being in the mainstream in the public,
Yeah, because like there's people I know who are like, yeah, he's a fucking asshole, crybaby and shit, so it's like,
yeah. Oh, I love that.
Who's it? Told me that
wasn't that like, Riddle who said that? Riddle's like, he's a crybaby. I'm like, you're a fucking
Riddle said that,
but
that's not like he's not the only. I don't even think they shared a locker room though. That's what I think. Riddle's sharing secondhand stories, and I think he's trying to work his way into a shoot with Punk. Because they're both MMA guys, and UFC will do, Saudis will do freak show MMA matches and shit. And I just think like Riddle thinks he could smash Punk, which he would in real life, and Punk wouldn't even bite on that bait. But Riddle is, I think, just desperate to get back in WWE at this point, just being honest.
Well, at this point, also too, for Riddle, it's like when people take anything he's like, you're like, oh, he said this thing about this person or whatever the fuck. I'm like, this guy's like a fucking cokehead who is self-sabotaged 1,000 times. Like, it's like not even, once again, he's an Uncle Jimmy. Like, he's just like, dude, how many times are we going to be like, oh, baby, Uncle Jimmy's going to figure it out this time? It's like, no, he's not. He's not going to figure it the fuck out. Like, there is no point where Matt Riddle's going to get it together. It's like, hasn't he like ruined his life in UFC and his wife and his kids and drugs and these fucking porn stars? And then the porn stars are saying they ate him, all this stuff. Like, it's like, by the way, he's not like a 22-year-old guy anymore. He's like fucking 35, 36 years old. And it's like, no, Matt, this is the year Matt Riddle stops being fucked up. It's like, okay. Really, like it's not even trying to be an asshole. It's like, once again, how many times does a fucking dog have to bite you before you go, I'm not going to pet this motherfucker,
Right. And people in chat saying like, I'm surprised Matt Riddle didn't show up in TNA. Yeah, dude. I mean, I agree, but also, why do you think that is? It could be a little bit of what my guy's saying here.
Well, he didn't show up in TNA because I'm assuming TNA was like, yeah, no thanks. Why do you, well, let me ask you this, like, by that same exact, like, why didn't he show up in TNA? Why did, Matt Cardona and Dolph Ziggler and all these other guys, why did they choose TNA over AEW?
Yeah.
Because they knew something there we don't know. Why wouldn't they hire Matt Riddle? Why has he got to go wrestle for MLW? Because TNA knows something that we don't know. Yeah. Or we do know, and
we just don't admit. Yeah, we don't acknowledge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, Solo and Jacob throwing down. I mean, crowd's still white hot for this fucking show, which is good to hear and see. And yeah, I don't know. Solo's got control, so it's just a slowed down style. Solo's gonna work Jacob over, and then Jacob's gonna turn up, do all his crazy shit, and then Hikuleo's gonna show up in a hoodie, or as chat said, Hikuleo's gonna show up in a burqa.
Burkaleo.
Yeah, Burkaleo. Oh shit, that's amazing.
By the way, are they really going to keep the name Hikuleo on him?
Yeah, that's his name. That's what his Tron says, Hikuleo.
Let's not.
Hikuleo Tonga.
Hikuleo?
Yeah, that's what they're going to go with, man. That's his name. So Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, right? So they already have the Tongas in their name. It's like that movie, that old Super Mario Bros. Movie with like who like Leguizamo or whatever, he plays Luigi, and they're like, so what's your name? And he's like, Mario. What's your last name? Mario. What's your name? Luigi. What, like Luigi? No, Luigi Mario. You know, that's the Tonga and Tongalo.
I love, well, no, I mean, Hikaleo to me, I immediately think of pickles. I don't know why. So I'm like,
pickle bagel.
Yeah, Hikaleo. And I'm just like, wait, is that like a sandwich?
Yeah, a Hikaleo. That's like a fucking dill topping for a sub or a.
Oh man, I ordered this with no Hikaleos on it, dude. I like
What
a
is that,
spicy
like
Hikaleo.
a fucking cocktail.
Yeah.
What's that, like a fucking cocktail? Oh,
So I got
you
my
guys get the
solo.
reference. You guys get where we're going.
I
with
got
that.
a fucking Reuben with
What
the
is that, like a
Hikaleo.
fucking drink you buy? What is that, like a fucking pickle spread?
I'm just over here making Lady Slipknot songs, eating my fucking Hikaleos. No Hikaleos in this fucking band, if you catch what I'm saying.
This fucking bitch over here put Hikaleo on my hero. Oh.
I like the idea instead of being like, this is a sausage fest or a pickle party, you're like, this is a Hikaleo. Yeah. Well, what the fucking Hikaleos in here? By the way, that sounds like a slur. I probably shouldn't say
Thomas Moore said. Thomas Moore for 2 says WWE just trademarked Tala Tonga. Oh
Tala,
shit!
tala, tala, tala,
Tala
tala,
Tonga.
chameleon.
Tala Tonga.
TT.
Where is it? Come on down. Well,
you mean they're not going to keep him as the pickle man? I'm really
he's been coming out as Hikaleo on the dark matches. If you look at his Tron, it says Hikaleo on the screen, but maybe they change it to Tala Tonga. That would be cool too. I guess, and it would make more sense.
Hikaleo, Tala Tonga, Talatio, Tapatio.
Hikalea, I barely know her. Oh.
Oh, rubber up. I don't understand. By the way, when I also, what's it, Hikaleo? Yeah. I also think of Piccadilly, which Piccadilly, there was a fucking chain restaurant around here called the Piccadilly Pub. So I'm just making it like, I shouldn't hear your name as a wrestler.
Fuck.
And think of 6 silly words. Like I don't that immediate. Like I should be able to think of 6 silly things, you know? Like his name's Jacob. Am I like, oh, Jacob, like what? Fucking, you know?
Yeah.
It's a name, you know? Even Solo, like I'm like, oh, like by himself. All right. The guy by himself. Red cup, Solo cup. He's wearing red. He's round like a cup. All right, I'll take it. But
Solo
someone's like Piccadillo or Sickadilly or whatever the fuck. I'm like, no, this is too goofy. You got to change your name. Talatonga. I guess it's better than JC Mateo. Oh,
yeah, JC Mateo's a pretty bad one. I'm not gonna lie. That's one I'm not. What do you think about people melting down about Mariah May changing to Blake Monroe? Blake Monroe's like a nice name. Like, I don't think it's that bad. If it was any other person called that, no one would give a shit. But it's just because it was Mariah May that they're mad, you know?
They're mad because, you know, she's not an AEW. That's kind of what it comes down to. Otherwise, they wouldn't care. That's ultimately what it comes down to. Also, are we acting like Mariah May was some brilliant creative name?
And that's the thing. Everybody was like, oh, what are they going to call her? Like April, June, or whatever the fuck, you know? Like Mary. It's like, those are terrible names as well. Speaking of JC Mateo, he hits the ring. But those are terrible names too. And I mean, I won't lie. Like, yes, if her name was like Mariah Monroe, and then there was a bit of, here we go. Loa, Tonga Loa, the GOAT. Yeah, see, I called it. Phil don't miss, man. We're going to see Jacob's going to have to run through like a whole faction of Tongans to get back to Solo. He'll probably like kick out here, and then we'll see Tama come back. So if Loa's back, then I think Tonga's healthy as well. If my timeline is of me puzzle piecing this shit together in my head here from what I know is correct, then I think that means Tama. We'll see him appear, see Jacob kicked out. So we're going to see Tama show up. hit like a gun stun or something. He'll kick out again and then Hikaleo or Talatonga or Piccadilly, whatever. Yeah, it was going to show up and
they need to put a mask on fucking Cobb so badly. He looks like a little
mask
boy.
on him. Yeah, he needs to be in that Heyman faction with Heyman getting him over, because otherwise he just has no like aura, as the kids say. You know what I mean?
The little mustache is bad.
Oh my god, dude! A spaceman plancha from fucking Jacob Fatu. I mean, this guy is insane, man.
Oh.
Jacob Fatu's insane the way he can do shit like this. He hit a spaceman plancha. Like, what the fuck?
Well, do you know what's really? And once again, you're basically giving me ammunition to make this point. This is why I've been saying they need to put less Samoans on the show and focus on Jacob, because now you're muddying the fucking waters by being like, here's 47 Samoan guys, and you're like, well, this is the one guy that we're trying to get over. It's like, yeah, but what if he has to fight 46 other Samoans?
Yeah, that's true, dude.
Like, why?
That's
Just let him get over.
What's going on? Wait, he's calling. Yeah, Hikaleo fucking called it. So where's Tama? Hopefully Tama's not hurt. See, look, and Hikaleo's ripped up. Now, chat, type in Hikaleo AEW. Look how skinny he was. Look how yoked up he was. Where's Hikaleo? He's getting in top guy shape because he's 6'9". You know what I mean? And they need to, and he's fucking way bigger than, he's like bigger than his big brothers, you know? So this is like Haku's monster son. So you
how is Rikishi
jacked up.
So wait. So how's Rikishi going to make this horrible for Smoke?
Yeah, how's Rikishi going to bury this?
Yeah. So now they
I knew it had to happen because they're putting him in fucking dark matches. Chat, what are they calling him? Talatonga? What are they calling him? I'm yelling over the fucking TV and it's cranked up.
They're calling him. By the way, the fact that he's tall and they're calling him Tala is funny.
1, 2, 3. That is hilarious. Yo, I called it. Yeah. So listen, don't be mad. I predicted this to a fucking T. So yeah, don't be mad. Jacob's going to get it back at SummerSlam. Okay. And Jey Uso's going to team up with him.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think they can find
Jimmy is what I meant. Did I say Jimmy or Jacob? Sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
Do you think they can find a dwarf Samoan and name him Smalatonga?
Smalatonga! Oh shit.
Do you think now that what's her face just lost the title, Zelina Vega, they could bring her in as Chonga Tonga?
Oh no.
And she could put big hoop earrings in.
Oh no.
Smalatonga, Chonga Tonga.
And then Tonka Tonga will be
it's just a truck
Tucker back from heavy.
Just get a truck.
Yeah, it's the truck. They drive a truck to the ring.
They just it's in the Cars universe. Tonka Chonga. Let's see. What about Waka Chonga? Where they can get Waka Flocka Flame.
Waka Flocka Flame will be
Waka Flocka Chonga.
Waka Flocka Chonga. Oh my god. Holy shit. That's hilarious.
We go hard on the motherfucking, I don't know. What are they? I don't know, dude. Waka Flocka Chonga. Oh man, yeah, I think more smoke, more of them. We need more.
Yeah,
I can't wait. I can't wait for
chat. Chat will come up with them, dude. We fucking. I'm Sleepy just licking a tweet.
Sleepy Tonga, Dopey Tonga,
Grumpy Tonga. Oh my god! Yes, they're all fucking the
Doc
Tonga.
Doc Tonga. Yeah.
Holy shit!
But by the way, like I said, I can't wait for Rikishi to be like, the Samoan people. There's only 49,000 of us in WWE currently. It's like, how disrespectful can you be? There's only 57,247 Samoans. By the way, I'm making him sound like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, for some reason, Bernie Sanders on Joe Rogan.
It's me, Rikishi Bernie Sanders. Take back the means of production and then smush your ass into it. Take your giant ass and rub it on the factories. Give everybody health care so I can sit on them.
Oh my God! What chat? Were they calling him Tala or Hikaleo, or is he unnamed?
Tala, short Tonga. I think Chonga Tonga is really that's an underrated one. Chonga Tonga.
It is, dude.
Yo, just eating hot fries. Yeah, like
yeah, hot Cheetos.
Tiny eyebrows, just a tiny little. Bad Bunny should have Chonga Tonga. That's what he should have.
Holy shit, man. That's so funny. Yeah, that's their next like AAA lucha gimmick.
Chonga Tonga?
Yeah, he'll team up with Mr. Iguana Tonga.
Oh,
he'll join the bloodline.
Iguana Tonga.
Yeah. He'll join the fucking bloodline.
Rikishi's like, they're putting animals now into the bloodline. He's not even Samoan.
Holy shit, man. That is so funny. Guys, sorry, what did they call him? Tonga Gigante? Yeah, Giant Tonga. Tondre the Giant.
Tonga.
Tala Tonga. Is that what they called him? Tala Tonga?
If they're calling him Tala Tonga and he's tall, that's rough.
Tonga truck. Oh, shit, man. The great Tongali.
I'm going to bring back Cisco, and he's going to do the Tong song.
Yeah, the Tong song.
Oh, that dress is scandalous.
Matt here for 2 says Hala Tonga. Scotty 2 Tonga, and they'll reform a tag with Rikishi. I know, let me team up with them. I did it for The Rock. Leo, is that your name or what you do? Is that like what you do? Oh.
Hey, what if we get Rob Van Dam and he comes out high and he's Bonga Tonga?
And he's Bongaloa.
Bongaloa. Oh, he's smoking marijuana drugs.
Marijuana Tonga.
Hey,
George Capture for 5 says WWE has been doing their fair share of burying the referees as of late. Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing to point out. I pointed it out as well. Jessica Carr, Jade Cargill on Raw or whatever, was pinning someone, and her boot was under their shoulder, and she pulled an AEW and went and moved Jade's boot out from under the shoulder with her hand and then counted 1, 2, 3. How does the ref do that? You're interfering in the fucking match that way. And it's fucked because Jade wants to do her little pin where she licks her hand and, she does that shit. And instead she's focusing on that instead of focusing like, hey, her shoulders should be down. And that's unfortunate on Jade's end. It's unfortunate the ref has to save it. But why are you putting your hands and pulling her boot out from under the opponent's shoulder and just doing some AEW shit where Bryce Remsburg or whatever, like pushed the dude's shoulder down and then counted the 3. It's just terrible, man. So,
well, listen, Jade sucks. I think we need 10 more Tongas, though. I think we need more Tongas. That's the important
thing. I like Jade. But, yeah, we need more Tongans. Yeah. Tonga Cargill and Thomas
Tonga?
Yeah, Braun Tonga. He's the newest member of Seth's faction.
You could have fucking Matt Riddle's dick could just join and be Longa Tonga.
Yeah, dude. Hikalei bro will be fucking Matt Riddle's
I like Ronga Tonga, and everything they ask him he just lies.
Ronda Tonga.
Ronda Tonga. We can bring back Ronda Rousey. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Rikishi just jizzed for 2 is what Thomas Moore said.
No, he's upset because it's not him, probably. That's what he's
like, but Jey Uso still didn't win the title. What is this bullshit? This disrespect to our family.
Us Islanders, we've been in the wrestling business right from the beginning. We've fought all the way through. We've been treated like shit. For example, Roman Reigns. Can you believe how mistreated he's been?
Stone Cold.
He was only bushed.
I'm sorry, chat's still going, man. Stone Cold Steve Tonga. That's how Rikishi would book him. Stone Cold Steve Tonga. That's his fucking. Oh man!
Instead of the glass breaking, it's just like hitting a big drum or something.
Oh
my god.
I came here to roast pig and kick ass or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is what's really funny to me too, is that probably 95% of the country doesn't know anything about Polynesian people too.
I know.
I mean, I'm not even trying to be a dick. I'm just like, do you think people in the Midwest are like, man, my good Polynesian friends? Like they don't, like a lot of people on the West, there's a lot of people on the West Coast who are Polynesian, Adoy. And then like a lot of the other parts of the country, they don't fucking even know that much about the culture. So it's like, here's 72 people in the bloodline and they're all the Samoan lineage. And they're like, they don't know what the fuck that means. And I'm not saying they all need to come out with like a little hat like Sheamus does, but nobody's like, they're in a bloodline. And it's like, well, the more people you put in it too, the less the value. I don't know. It's just, it's crazy to me because it's like, we need to tighten a spotlight on Jacob. Obviously, he's the star. He's clearly the guy that we need to build up. And it's like, no, more, add more Samoans in.
Yeah. Chat, you guys voted 70-30 that Jacob Fatu would win, and that didn't happen. So I think I'm 3-1 tonight thus far, and we have the Queen of the Ring finals coming up here. I'm putting a new poll in the chat. Who do you think will win the Queen of the Ring here? And it's got to be Jade.
Well, I mean, unless a bunch of Samoans come out and say,
yeah.
Oh, wait, I've forgotten. Maybe Nia Jax.
The Tonga twins will debut.
Yeah, with Nia Jax. Let's see. Asuka. What would Asuka's Tonga name be? Well, she already wears a thong, so she could be Tonga.
Yeah, she'd be Tonga or Kananga because her name is Kana in Japan.
Oh, Kananga.
Yeah,
it's like
could be that.
Umaga Conga chameleon. all this gimmick for Asuka to come out and just
Jade Tongil. It's just we got so ridiculous with this. It's gone off the fucking walls.
Jade Tongil.
Oh my god. So
imagine bad. She tries to do the big fucking thumb to people and fucks it up still. Just like trying. She's got the taped up thumb and just still can't fucking just pretend to hit somebody in the shoulder.
Or like actually hits them in the fucking throat.
Sinanga. I like Sinanga.
Oh man. So someone in chat said talk about Dave Meltzer saying that Collision is beating Raw's numbers with the Max numbers. Like Dave Meltzer saying that I guess Collision with their 400,000 rating or whatever they did last week, that with the Max numbers being in the 500,000s, which is a lie. It's not above 100,000. Okay, period. Or else it would be doing Lakers numbers on Max. It's just not doing that. And that's the only way we can measure this is because we know what the Lakers do on Max and like in one of their biggest games, right? So, but yeah, he's saying that Collision is beating Raw's numbers, is what he's saying.
Sure.
Lately. It's just, yeah, I'm not even, guys, I'm going to save that for like Wednesday show, Monday, probably Monday. Become a member, gift a membership or become one for 99 cents or join Patreon. There's over 100 plus videos and you get access to my member streams, my Monday shows. I'm live Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, member Mondays. Okay.
Maybe Dave Meltzer should be Vranga Tonga.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, hey, did you know that Jade likes to fucking, do you know that she's like Storm from X-Men?
Yeah, she loves being Storm from X-Men.
Did you know that she's like Storm from X-Men, dude? Did you know that?
But like
right
Dave
now,
Meltzer,
yeah.
not to make it about that though, again, but he fucking is 100%. I'm gonna break that. We're gonna break that down like on another show, but just listen, he's 100% like spiraling out of control, and no one will call his shit on the Max end. And so we just have to wait till mid 2026 to really know what happens to AEW. But yeah, I just think that he's like either in engagement farming, like someone said in chat, or he's just like he has to be getting paid from them. If he's not, I'll be more shocked. Like he has to be invested, or there has to be something there where he's just willing to lie on this scale to where people can pull his card on it. But not only that, yeah, it's just really desperate. All this shit. I said it on the other show. Like, don't fucking tell me how big your dick is. Just show me, right? It's like, you know, they just keep talking about the numbers are so great, but nothing indicates that at all. So it's just lies, and he can just shut the fuck up, and it doesn't really matter. I love roasting Dave. This one is like it's getting sad now to where he won't corroborate. Now he's fully corroborating these BJ Bethel numbers now of like 500,000. It's ludicrous. It's ridiculous. WBD's talking about splitting into two companies, and they don't bring AEW up anywhere. And Collision's going to get fucking canceled before they beat Raw on TV. So it's just ludicrous, and it's desperate. It reeks of desperation. It's when people get desperate. It's like Kanye was like, I'm Walt Disney, I'm whatever the fuck. And then a year later, he's like, Elon Musk, give me $1 billion. I have a plan of what I can, you know, he's just desperate. It's like, it's that same shit. You see it in so many different ways.
Wait, are you insinuating that Kanye West is not doing well? He seems to be doing real good. It seems like everything's tip top shape for that man.
Yeah, dude. Things are going great. Everything's great, right? Just like Tony Khan. George Capture for 2 says Cuervo Tonga.
Oh.
That's what Dave said too. Cuervo. That's what he called Quavo. Cuervo. He just like added a hard R out of nowhere. Cuervo. Like,
Mahomes. Patrick
so
Mahomes.
Many people. There was another one too, where he added or like there was that one show where he's like, oh, there's, you know, all those people, like those people, there's so many of them, and he was talking about rappers being at the show, at the Raw show, and it was like, Dave, you know that Quavo was on the show twice, right? There was like two people. Yeah, dude, that's what he said, and it was like, dude, Dave, you know that Quavo was on the show twice, right? Like, you understand there was only 2 rappers there, and Quavo was on the show twice, and you're like, oh, all those Cuervo guys are there. It's like, whoa. Legit, he said that. We laughed at it on the show for like fucking 2 weeks. We couldn't stop making fun of it because it was like, what the fuck? Like, Dave, man. He did it again too. He said another guy's name, and he like added an R in it or whatever, talking about this rapper, and it was like, what are you doing? Or it was one of those streamer guys or whatever was on Raw or whatever the fuck, and he like added another letter to the name or whatever. It's like, what are you doing, Dave? Like, just shut up. Don't talk about this shit, you old man. You know?
Do you think that Dave Meltzer, when people bring this shit up to him, where they're like, dude, this is not for you. Like, believe it or not, these rappers being in the crowd, they're not for you to, you're not supposed to give a shit about them. It's for people other than you. And he's like, well, why would they make a wrestling show for anybody other than me?
Yeah, he doesn't get it. He's such a fucking mark, man. That's what it is, dude. Why would they make a wrestling show for people other than me? That's what he doesn't get, man. I love that you pointed that out as well. Somebody said Tongue West. Anyways, we gotta get off this, man.
Tongue West. He's like, they won't let me see my children, and I'm not allowed to wrestle at all.
They don't understand what I say on Twitter.
Hail Solo.
Yeah, hail Solo.
And then Meltzer comes in. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
Yeah. 30%. Hail Tony. Oh my god.
I'm engagement farming when I say things that are really autistic. Wah, wah, wah. Hail Tony. By the way, you can just say Mark. You can say Mark instead of the N-word, because remember, he said that's the same thing. Meltzer said that's the same thing. Do you remember that?
Mark, hail Tony. Mark, hail Tony.
Saying the word Mark is the same thing as saying the N-word. Yeah, go try that on the train. Go see how that works out for you, Dave.
Oh my god!
Get on the bus and go see how that
so bad. This show's gone off the rails, folks.
folks.
The
It's
M word. The M word, Brian.
Brian, use the M word.
Oh, don't use that word. Only those people. Only Cuervo can use that word, Brian.
Who was in that word? Who was in that match? M word Henry.
The best guys, Tonga Khan.
The best guy's Tonga Khan.
Hail Tonga.
I love, but by the way, that's probably of all the things that happen in that song, one of the most amusing lines is him saying, "They don't understand the things I say on Twitter." I love,
oh my
I
God.
love he's just so above, like no one could put together what he means.
It's the cringiest shit of all time. My wife heard that shit and just rolled her eyes. She's like, what a fucking, like, just these people are just tired of these like millionaire problems in the world. Like, no one gives a shut up.
He's
Shut
so
the fuck up.
Imagine being so rich that you can make professionally produced Hitler songs and people are like, yeah, but I mean it's a bop, you know, like.
Yeah, but I mean, he got black people to say it in the video, so it
yeah.
makes it okay.
Oh fuck! Did you ever see the video of where he had people, like he had like the dudes from the music video marching around, and there's like 20 of those dudes in front of a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh my god!
say dropping the HH, and I'm just thinking to myself, like it's just like a family there eating tater tots, and then 30 black dudes in fucking Kangol hats come up and starts dropping hard Hitlers at him.
I just came here for everything fries. I don't know about all this. Man.
It's just like, you know what? I really like the Buffalo dry rub, and then you turn and it's just.
Oh my god! No,
and you're like, oh, is this a nice group of carolers? Are these young fellas gonna sing a song for us?
Maddie for 2 says it's Tonga Balea, brother. What you gonna do, La Fala, when it comes running wild on you, brother? When it comes running wild Samoan on you, Jack.
You know, I almost joined the Beach Boys, bro.
Yeah, you know, I was once in a grass skirt band, dude. We played bongos and fucking.
He's just making up island-based lies.
Holy shit!
I used to date Moana, bro.
Yeah.
You know that's a cartoon character.
Well, Moana's like, based on me, dude. The Rock plays me in Moana, Jack. Oh man.
Do you know? God, there's just 1,000. Yeah, Tonga Balea.
Tonga Balea, dude.
If you like Tonga Balea, getting caught saying Mark. Yeah, you get it? Because you can't say the other word. Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's what Hulk Hogan should have just said instead. You know?
Jade just won. That was a fucking shitty match.
Are you sure about that?
I'm not gonna lie. That was pretty bad. Jade won. I'm 4-1 tonight.
At least Asuka was kind of forcing her to look like she was hitting. That's the best thing I can say about what happened in that match.
Well, she's like one of my all-time favorites, so I'm not shitting on her. It's because she's got to carry Jade, who doesn't know how to sell her leg properly, fully. No, she is selling it, but she does the rookie mistake of, let me slap my hurt leg.
Oh my God. I'm still behind, but I mean, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I really thought Asuka was going to win this one.
I know I'm usually a hater, but really that match was terrible. Asuka tried her best. Yeah, I don't put it on Asuka. It's just Jade is, I don't know what it is, man. I told you women can't wrestle, they suck. Oh, come on, that's not very fair.
Oh, that's because we're supposed to be playing Slipknot.
Yeah, what are these fucking broads over?
What are they doing?
Speaking of Slipknot, we actually have someone here joining us now who's going to do a little cover of their own. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Jericho.
I look and see it's not just me. So many others have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spent our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Let it get wild. Yay!
There you go. How do you feel about that there, Joey?
Yeah, that's vodka Loa. That's what I feel.
Well,
I almost missed the quaint, COVID times of when Jericho was just clearly drunk doing live.
Yeah, doing whatever the fuck. I know, dude. Speaking of clearly drunk, I've cracked open a beer. I mean, it's 1:16 p.m. where I'm at here. And on that off note, I'm out. Yeah, sorry, Tim Daniel. I mean, there's Jericho. My dog cries when it plays. Why is my drunk aunt singing to me?
I like the idea. I like the idea of him doing that and being like, "Yeah, this is good."
Let's do some more fucking hot news here while we have the chance. We were talking about Karrion Kross. He didn't get the victory tonight. We know he didn't get the victory tonight, unfortunately, but here's the people swarming him in Riyadh here.
You guys love Karrion Kross? We love you, Cody! We love you! We love you! We love you! We love you!
So there you go, man. He's over. He's got a beautiful wife there, and hopefully they start to get a push. Stevie Turner has signed Level Up legend Dante Chen, and they call him a Level Up legend because all of his matches were on NXT Leveled Up, a fucking canceled show. And now he's on Evolve, and we've only really seen him as a jobber on NXT, and he's been with WWE for a while now, but can't really get it going. This is sort of his last chance. Are you familiar with Dante Chen at all?
No, Dante Chen. I'm not sure who that is.
Tonge Chen, is it? Another Tongan? No.
Is this? Well, I mean, if this guy's not Samoan, I don't know. I don't know it. If he's not Samoan, then I don't know him.
Yeah, I'm a poet and didn't know it. Oh,
hey, it's me, Killer Kross. I'm Jabba Loa over here.
So this post has been deleted of Punk. I can't remove it from my bookmarks of Punk pushing the kids, so that will just live with us forever. So Mr. Iguana shares his reaction to learning he had gone viral and gained massive popularity amongst WWE fans. Are you familiar with Mr. Iguana?
Oh boy, am I.
So are you a fan of this whole thing here? I love Mr. Iguana. I think he's awesome. I don't think we'll ever see him on the main roster, but if they, in Mexico, they like that shit. If they keep him in the NXT AAA crossovers, I think it would be fun, and it's a comedy act. And if we know anything, R-Truth, the fans were just like clamoring for him to come back, and he was a comedy guy. So hopefully WWE books this guy well. And yeah, I like Mr. Iguana thus far. Obviously he does silly shit, but again, in Mexico and in the lucha world, they're more like open to stuff like that, and that's prominently what they're going to use him for. His merch is selling like hotcakes. What do you think? Flavor of the month, or do you think he's got something here?
Yeah, flavor of the week. If they, I mean, truly, I watched the numbers happen. I mentioned this on the show the other day, where we talked about the fucking Mr. Iguana shit, and then I don't know, maybe a week after the clip, and it did the worst numbers on any clip that we've done in like 6 months, because people were already done with it, dude. Like it's a complete, like, it's the pizza guy, it's Steven Flo, you know what I
Orange
mean? Like
Cassidy, no.
Yeah, aside from he's not going to get pushed in a main event role for 5 years on television, even though he can't hit the ropes. That's not going to happen. But no, I mean it's harmless, stupid bullshit. That's where I've kind of settled on it, where I look at it and I go, I guess to the WWE casual base, they're not constantly inundated with stupid gimmicks and stupid shit. So to them, it's fresh. Yeah. And then the internet, like I said, they're like, oh, that's the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen for like a week and a half. And then they're just over it,
Yeah. No, for sure. let's see what Mr. Iguana has to say about his success.
When did you realize, oh snap, I just became super popular amongst WWE fans?
So I was a match. We went backstage. I got congrats by Triple H, Rey Mysterio. It was CM Punk there, Shawn Michaels. Being the Undertaker in the corner for me was like being in Disneyland, no? So I started to get my makeup off. They're like, get the makeup again. You got into Money in the Bank. What? Even grab the phone yet? Oscar Diaz, the media guy here in Triple A, says, have you seen your phone? What's going on? I'm like, no, I don't want to. I want to wait till, I don't know, the end of the day because it's overwhelming experience. So when I get to Money in the Bank, I grab the phone.
I'm sorry, I'm a 40-year-old man. I can't. What the fuck is this, dude?
It's a fucking Howie Mandel bit, bro. You don't recognize Howie Mandel trolling. This is how he does it, or whatever, that show where he fucking pulls pranks on people.
Yeah, he's like, it's me, Howie Mandel. I can't open up briefcases no more, so now I wear a lizard puppet and paint my face green.
I'm not aware of how big it was. Then when I got in the Money in the Bank camera, you can see my true reaction. And when the people roared, it was what's going on.
It would. If it was Howie Mandel, it would actually work. It'd be so funny. It'd be genius.
Hey, I see Bobby's world. It's me, Robert. Roberto's world. It's me, Howie Mandel, Lizard. They call me Lizard Mandel. I do not shake my shake my feet or hands, or I have three toes.
It's crazy to me. It's crazy for me, for my partners, for all AAA guys. We all very early kids.
Enjoyed this video.
Shout out Mr. Iguana, man. And shout out Denise Salcedo, but shout out him. I
have
fucking
the
love him.
puppet. Ask me more questions with the puppet on my hand. I have the puppet. You know what? I think when people now, they're like, why don't you do on camera? I think that's what I'm going to do now. If I ever go on camera, I'm going to get those exact glasses, paint my whole face green, and then keep like a monkey puppet on my hand. And that's the only way I'll interact publicly with my face anymore. I'm just, it's just like, and I'll just use that voice too. Be like, oh, so happy on SmackDown. SmackDown this week. It was amazing. I cannot believe CM Punk. He came out and he was dressed as John Cena. And then I'll just have the monkey puppet right next to my head. And occasionally I'll be like, you need banana? You need banana? And I'll just I'll just smash bananas into the monkey puppet. I'll be like, easy, that's a big star. Please buy my t-shirts. Give me 700 million pesos. Thank you so much. Like this is stupid bullshit. It's stupid bullshit, dude. I'm sorry. It's for babies. This is shit for babies, man.
So speaking of stuff for babies and stupid bullshit, some people aren't big fans of video game adaptations and Street Fighter and these sorts of things. But Joe Anoa'i, Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, has officially been cast as the villain Akuma in the new live-action Street Fighter movie from Legendary. He joins a stacked cast that includes Jason Momoa as Blanca and 50 Cent as Balrog. This is his first announced project since taking a hiatus from WWE after WrestleMania 41. Filming is scheduled to begin in Australia this August. And yeah, man, he's got like 1 or 2 manias left. I'm going to be perfectly honest with everybody. What do you make of this? Are you excited to see him in this movie, him and Jason Momoa in a movie together, where some people, like I was at a family thing and my aunt's like, is that Jason Momoa? And she was looking at Roman Reigns, you know? So people confuse them, and yeah, what do you make of they're in a movie together, and with 50 Cent, I guess. So what do you make of all this?
Well, I'm a little bit disappointed because I was hoping Shingy would play Vega. You know what I mean? Do you think they could get Paul Wall to play E Honda? Is that a possibility too? No, I don't give a shit about it.
Fuck's sake.
Maybe they get JC Mateo to play E Honda.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe they can. Maybe E Tonga.
E Tonga. You know what? As long as we get to see a part where Roman Reigns spin kicks a car until it explodes, I'm okay with that.
I promise you guys he won't hit a Superman punch or a spear in the movie. That definitely won't happen, right?
Well, dude, this is like once again another thing that it's not for me, so I can't have too much of an opinion on it. Like I love Street Fighter as a kid. in 1992.
Yeah.
Like
What do you make of Roman? Like, he's pretty much well done with WWE over the next couple years, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody kind of saw
Yeah.
that coming.
Yeah.
But then again, we have to remember is that, you know, he was so mistreated. That's really it. Like Rikishi said, I mean, when is he going to get pushed?
Yeah, dude.
You know, I mean, like I'm sitting here, I'm looking at Roman Reigns, and I'm going, when's he going to get what he deserves?
Yeah, when's he gonna get his, man?
Yeah, I mean, like enough of this, like holding him back. You know,
Fuck.
he needs to flourish in the film world because he's so full of personality.
Yeah. Well, speaking of full of personality, the cult of personality is out there. And what is our fucking main event, dude? This card, did it breeze by? I'm not sure. Yeah. Also, I think I'm gonna go do wrestling soup with you after this ends, folks. So make sure you guys tune into that. I got an invite there from Mish. So yeah, I'm gonna, I think, come check that out.
I'll be there too.
Yeah, Joe will be there. So make sure you guys go and sub as well to youtube.com/@WrestlingSoup2010, all caps. And make sure you hit like and subscribe on this shit. If you're on X, retweet it or whatever. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm going to send Miss a message here. So your pick for this main event is Cena leaves with the belt, or do you think he gets a clean win? Or is it just like by hook or by crook? What goes down?
Well, do we got any Samoans so we can?
Yeah. It's Mama Tonga didn't come out. Maybe he's gonna get involved.
Do you know what would be honestly? It would never happen because reasons that are obvious. But you know how fucking brilliant it would be on one of these shows if you had this thing where it looked like Punk was gonna fucking win, you know, for whatever against Cena. Like say they did it in Chicago, you know. And they tried to retell that story, and then Colt Cabana stood up in the front row and punched him. Do you know how fucking brilliant that would be? It's never going to happen in a million years. But, you know, yeah.
It's funny when Cena dropped the pipe bomb and he brought up Nick Nemeth, Matt Cardona, and Claudio Castagnoli, and people said to or like the AEW sickos online were trying to say to everybody that they were talking about. He was talking about Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Colt Cabana subliminally.
Oh my God!
It's like, man, you guys always make this shit. It can't just be about Claudio Castagnoli, who's your guy. It's got to be about other, like this big conspiracy theory against AEW. It's so cringe.
Yeah, I'll have a burger, fries, and a milkshake. So what you're saying is Tower 1, Tower 2, and Building 7?
Yeah.
I know what you really meant. All right, relax. Yeah.
It's so funny, man.
No Samoans? All right, where is he? You
Okay,
can tell
poll
Punk
in the chat, John Cena or your boy CM Punk. Who wins this match? What a time to be alive, though. 2025, John Cena's the heel, Punk is the babyface, and we're getting one last match between them. I think that's pretty fucking incredible, to be honest. Like, the memberberry mark in me, the smark in me, makes me like the little kid in me. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So
I have no doubt that Cena's just winning this. Like it is what it is, you know. It's totally one of those situations where we're having a match, but this is no different than if they wrestled at a house show. You know,
word life. This is basic Tonganomics. We can't escape it, dude.
One coconut, two coconut, three coconut. These are basic Tonganomics. Was this the last time is? I like the idea of him walking with the last time is now. Like we really thought he was coming back to Saudi Arabia. Well, that was like when this was at first and officially, well, not announced, I should say, but when all the shit was going down in the Middle East, and they were going to still have this pay-per-view, and people were going, "Oh, are they going to end up going over there?" I'm like, "Well, Cena did say he wanted to be the last champion, so you know he might get his wish."
No doubt.
Oh my God, that apron's loose. Or the fucking canvases, I should say. I don't know if you noticed that. They got fucking. Someone's gonna fucking slip on that. But then again, they're the main event. It's not like Cena's gonna move too fast, so they should be okay.
Here we go. So they're all chanting against Cena here. John Cena sucks. the big introduction. Is there a link I can send?
John Cena's doing angry Joe Hendry look. Say his name and AIDS appears.
Joe Hendry, are you a fan or nah?
He's fine. At least he looks like a wrestler. He works like a wrestler. Like that's the difference. Like I saw people being like, the iguana guy is the same thing as Joe Hendry. I'm like, yeah, that's cute. Like one guy goes to the gym. One guy knows how to fucking put a headlock on. Like it's a very different thing.
Huh.
See.
Okay, we're locked in for this main event chat.
I haven't seen this ring announcer before. M-Word Nash. Who's this guy?
Oh yeah, M-Word. Oh my god, M-Word Nash. That's amazing. That's amazing, dude.
I wonder if they called him that because they thought it would be funny. So I call him Mark Nash. Like it's probably if that's not his real name, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Could just be a gimmick name, Brian.
What if his name was Mike Memphis?
Brian.
Like Nashville, Mark Nashville. So he's Mike Memphis. What if he's the same thing? Timmy, Tennessee.
Craziness.
John Cena wearing the belt backwards is like crisscross. Do you remember crisscross?
Yeah, dude. Jump. Crisscross will make it jump.
It's the wiggity whack.
Yeah,
right.
Mac Dad will make you jump. Daddy Mac will make you jump.
Don't ever compare us to. By the way, have you following any of the Diddy case stuff?
Yeah, like a little bit. You know, I see all these like Tubi TMZ docs. They're on like part 4, so I watched the first one of that, and then obviously like I've seen the videos and I've sort of kept up. Like I've got my finger on. I've watched a Pierce Morgan thing where this one guy was exposed in a bunch of it. So yeah, I'm up on it like enough. I know what's going on for sure. I heard that Mike Myers is being named as like a potential CIA asset and shit like that. The
awesome.
Canadian actor. How
yes,
crazy is that?
I
Out
love
of this
it.
Diddy shit, this is what we're getting. It's like, fuck.
Do you know how funny it would be if Diddy got off on all those charges because he has videos on people and horrible shit, and there's like him beating the shit out of the girl, and then Mike Myers goes down and like, we know who the real villain is here. Austin Powers.
Evil, yeah, Dr. Evil. Hey Diddy, guess what, man? I won't snitch on you if you give me $100 million.
All I asked was sharks with freaking baby oil on them.
All I wanted was freaking.
All I wanted was 2,000 bottles of
girls with freaking baby oil on them. Okay, is that so hard to ask?
He was actually, that was Diddy. Maybe that's what it was. Dr. Diddy. He's just a the fembots.
Oh, behave, Diddy. Do I make you horny, Diddy? Yeah, good, baby. Very good.
That's not mine, baby. Just keeps pulling out bottles of baby oil. Hundreds of bottles of baby oil.
That's not my bag, baby.
That's not my bag at all. We have a book here by P. Diddy. This is definitely my bag, baby.
Yeah, baby oil is definitely my
275 bottles of baby oil is definitely my bag, baby.
Holy shit, man.
Behave. And Beyonce was in it.
I put baby oil on girls because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I put baby oil on. I love oil. Oh, shit, this all characters.
Oh no! Get in my sex dungeon.
Oh shit! Get me my jelly.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. It was me. I sat on him.
Yeah, it's the Asian guy who throws the shoe. It's Diddy throwing a shoe. Kills Mike Myers on the stand.
Now we know who killed Tupac.
Yeah.
It was the guy that threw his shoe. Isn't that who it was?
Oh, Chad, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. We went way off the fucking wrestling mark there, but it's all good.
Do 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 do.
Yeah,
See, it's back.
exactly. Dude, bring it back. Here we go. What's going on over here? Cena wrestling Punk. They're just wrestling top guy speed, as Jey Uso would call it. Holds.
Yeah, or as he calls it,
grappling.
hungover.
Oh man.
Up and down since day one, baby.
Oh shit.
Oh, JB, baby. Maybe I can be a Tonga too, baby.
Yeah, man. I can be a Tonga, baby.
Oh, behave. Oh.
Shoulder tackle, crowd pops. Here we go. They're grappling. This is real graps, pal.
This is starting to feel like when I see guys my age play basketball at LA Fitness.
Yeah.
This is what it's starting to feel like.
They're like playing rec at the fucking local,
They're both like one of them's breathing like a fucking British bulldog because he's got a deviated septum from getting punched at a corn show in 2002.
Crowd's going nuts.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this crowd's going crazier than this show's gone.
It's still working. I mean, it works. These guys obviously are gonna fucking get people excited.
Ole, 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 ole.
I like that. Instead of mini me, it's Diddy me.
Diddy me, I shall call him Diddy me.
Take that, take that, take that.
Yeah.
Every step you take.
Yeah, Mr. Bigglesworth too, the bald cat.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Diddlesworth.
Mr. Diddlesworth? Yeah. Who's hot? Who's not?
PWT After Dark at lunchtime. Here we go.
It's 9:30 at night somewhere.
Yeah, in Saudi Arabia. It's sometime in the PM.
Everybody put your phones in the air and wave them like it's a Taylor Swift show.
Oh, man.
Put on your finest pajamas and sit in $25,000 front row seats. Yeah. Oh.
They're chanting for Punk. They're loving Punk. Another headlock. They're just doing fucking headlocks off the ropes, shoulder tackle. Just the basic shit, man. You worked him into the building, brother.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if this John Cena's going to ever be popular. He's not doing enough back bumps. So. Oh.
GTS attempt. Cena powders out. Escapes and powders out. Crowd's booing him. Great psychology there, buddy.
Oh. You think Bret Hart's watching this right now? He's not.
You think who, sorry?
I said, you think Bret Hart's watching this right now? I said, he's not. Yeah, no, he's not good. Man. He's definitely he's probably smoking weed in his backyard, chilling.
Yeah, now, dude, I posted your fucking I posted your joke and I quoted you and as if Hikuleo's called Talatonga because he's tall, are we getting a mini called Smalatonga, right? And now people on Twitter too are like jumping in with their fucking so funny.
I'm saying Matt Riddle, maybe not long Schlangatonga. Wakanda Tonga. We can get a Wakanda Tonga. All right, Cena's doing. Yeah, this is going to be this is just a good match. You're going to expect that of these fucking two. Honestly, the wrestling on the show has been pretty good. This has already been much better than the last pay-per-view by a lot. Yeah, I say already as if the thing's not almost done, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I love heel Cena's posture.
Yeah.
It's so sneaky, like the way he puts his fucking hands up, like he's just like it's fucking.
Yeah, he's really good, like in this role. Like I know some people complain about it, but I'm having fun with it, and I just think he looks like he's having fun. So
My only problem with anything that Cena has done as this heel is that there's too many people on the show that are allowed to do the heel face shit. If he was the only guy that was allowed to do that, it would be much more effective. Because obviously it's like everybody has to be like, I'm a heel, but I'm also fucking cool. It's like, well, if Cena was allowed to continue to cut heel promos that got over still like a baby face, it would be like earned because he's John Cena, you know. But it's a little strange because Punk's kind of, this is not really like Punk's not really shining on him. He's sort of giving him heat. I don't know if they were expecting the crowd to go with whom, and they were like, we'll just play it by ear, but I don't know. Because this crowd could have easily have picked Cena and cheered for Cena, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. They're just milking it, though. This is that top guy speed or that hangover speed, whatever you want to call it. But
it's just me, Oos, going real slow.
A promo aired for the Royal Rumble in Riyadh. So we're getting a Royal Rumble
idea.
in Riyadh, dude. Do you think that's the move or what?
I think that's, I mean, I'm happy about it just because I get to watch the Royal Rumble at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
so
that's one thing. As an getting older, you know, I got shit to do. I got some Squid Games I got to binge.
I don't want to go to bed at 2:00 in the morning. Just give me the fucking show at 1:00. You know what I mean? I'll take the early bird special Royal Rumble. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, me too. So I don't know, when is that going to be then, chat? 2026 or?
I assume that it would be next year. The Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
Is the Royal Rumble 2 nights now?
I'd assume it would have to be, right?
If they do 2 nights, then the women's can be on one, the men's on the other. Yeah, I mean, I'm not terribly against, but a women's Rumble in Saudi seems weird. But
holy shit! You know what I just realized?
What?
If they try to split those nights in Saudi Arabia, what are they going to put on for the men on the night that the women have the Rumble and the men don't? Because can you see that crowd sitting through an hour and a half of women's Rumble match?
I just don't know. That's what I'm tripping about. Like maybe if like the goal is like have Julia win it and just smash her over in the Saudi market. Well, for real, because Asuka got real popular out there like that. Like I think Io is as well. Like just the Joshi, the Japanese style, they like that shit out there. And I think that Julia, I think if they're just smashing her over. She just won the U.S. title out of nowhere last night on SmackDown in Riyadh, and the crowd reacted more for her than Zelina. So
yeah, but buddy, you're thinking to yourself, there's 30 fucking girls there. Were they gonna have Candice LeRae out there?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't know if they work unless the goal is just to have Julia win it and from the number 1 spot or something and just like smash her over. I just don't know what the win would be. Like, I just don't know if it'll turn out well. Who knows though? Maybe the crowd's more into women's wrestling by then. Who knows?
I doubt it. I think it would be, you know how funny it would be if they were like, all right, we're doing one night here and it's the men's Royal Rumble, and they're like, night 2 is the women's Rumble, and we're putting it in New Jersey. Like they don't even fuck around. Like they're just like, yeah, we know this is not gonna work, so we'll just do it somewhere else.
Yeah. Someone saying Cena had to fuck Amy Schumer in a movie.
that is true. He did have to do that.
That is true, dude. That's F you. Or attitude adjustment, whatever. Kick out. Fuck, of course. Yeah, they're gonna kick out of all of each other's shit. We gotta wait for that to happen. We know. Not that I'm like itching for the ending, but it's like we already know what's gonna happen.
This is very humbling. Me looking at these two guys and being like, yeah, these guys are right around my age. Like any illusion that you have where you're like, maybe I still look young. No, dude, no.
Yeah.
No, this is what you look like, but way worse.
Yeah.
That's really like, I'm like, oh, you know, maybe not. No, dude, you're like a 40-year-old man with no money who doesn't fucking lift weights and only focus on how good he looks all the time. So that's not you. You look that bad. It's like, Boop.
Damn, that dude who was stalking Liv is facing federal charges.
For what was he
Wait,
doing?
so hold on a second. So this Collision show had 285,000 viewers and a 0.08 in the rating. And Meltzer's he's not trying to say that Collision beat Raw, is he? He's trying to say the one before when they popped the 400K. And then he's trying to say that if you add the 500,000 on Max that him and BJ invented in their heads, then that would have beaten that Raw, because there was a Raw that had a lower rating like the last one or whatever. So I think that's what he was saying. But this last Collision on Thursday had 285,000 fucking viewers. Jesus Christ, man, that is brutal. What a dead show. Like, just a completely dead show.
Delusion. It's just delusion. It's sad.
It is just getting sad at this point, honestly.
And I don't know. Like, I really hope that he's making money. I really hope he's making money off AEW, truthfully.
Yeah, me too.
Because otherwise, it's like you said, it's just you look at it and you go, all right, well, what are you getting out of this? To do
just
this
being
level?
able to say he's right, and that's why he's a fucking narcissist, bro. And people throw that term around all the time, but listen, he is, because that's all it's about to him. Or maybe if that's not narcissism, maybe that's some weird fucking thing, I don't know, but it's some thing where he just like it's some sort of like sociopathy where he needs to just be like, I was right about wrestling.
He's ism tism tonga, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's his
ism tism tonga,
tongatism,
tongism,
tongatism. No,
I line up coconut.
Well, Batman.
Bump, 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 bump. I'm counting them all, putting them in a straight line, organizing them by shape and size. I'm counting them all. By the way, Solo Sikoa has the fucking
tongatism. Hey, Phil in chat, what's up, buddy?
Yo, you saying I'm on the spectrum, Moose?
It's funny because Kevin Nash said that about Tony Khan, and he's like, well, come on. Sean Oliver's like, oh, don't say that. He's like, come on. He's like, come on.
Yeah, come on, dude. By the way, like, that is one of those moments where it's like, no one's going to say it. But going back to Austin Powers, it's the mole. Remember the lady with the mole?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to pretend like we don't know the mole's there. Everybody's going to pretend like Tony Khan is not fucking neurodivergent. It's a little insane, isn't it? You know? It's like, oh,
attitude adjustment. He's kicked out of 3 of them. Chat me up. Over 300 watching on X and YouTube across both. Come on over to YouTube if you're on X, if you don't mind, or don't retweet, whatever. And make sure you subscribe to youtube.com/@ProWrestleClips and my friend's channel, youtube.com/@WrestlingSoup2010. And make sure you guys check out Wrestling Soup. I'm going to be on that after this show, I believe. If Husey does a quick run-in, he might actually do that because he's in Ireland, so it's like a reasonable time over there for once, right? When I'm watching wrestling during the day, maybe he might do it to give us his thoughts before I pop on over on Soup. But just make sure you guys check that out. I don't know if there's a link I could share. Joe, where do you guys stream to?
I don't know if we're doing I'm trying to figure it out if we're doing YouTube. I assume
Okay, well, we'll figure it out either way. Like, if there's a link I could send out, and I'll just send all my people over there, or like I could do like a simul thing, but like you guys should just all come over and support Soup is what I'm thinking. So we should do that. But we'll figure that out in the interim. I don't know if Joe can even get me a link I could drop you guys or something.
I'm seeing, I'm going to see you. I'm going to make sure.
And then in the interim, though, we're going to call this match. Cena has the belt. He's willing to throw it all away. He's willing to just take it all away by fucking hitting Punk in the head with this title. The crowd's chanting, no, don't do it. But he's just going to do it. He doesn't. Oh, no, he dropped the belt. He listened to the fans and they cheered him. So is that a seed planted of Cena not being all the way bad?
Everything is blurry. I'm gonna kick him in the balls.
Oh my god! I thought Punk had it won there. Legit, I thought he had it won there. Holy shit! Cena kicked out. They fucking worked me. Phil, are you still going to be on TTW? Okay, guys, this one. No, I was supposed to be on Toonie Talk TV, actually. But yes, me and Marv, we're going to cross over. We're going to do some crossovers. No Diddy, right? No stream cross, no Diddy. But we're going to cross over and shit. But I was supposed to be on Toonie TV. But then, listen, my mother needed help with something. Like, I had to run out of town, basically. So I just had to last minute bail out. And I watched Ironheart, too, to bitch about it. But something came up. So we're going to make that work, though. I think next week I'm going to be on Toonie TV, and I will be on TT Dub anytime they invite me. I will make the time for those fellows. And Marv will be coming back on our show, too, just as soon as, it's just schedules aligning and shit. And that will happen very soon. And I'm glad that Joe is here as well, because it's been a minute. It's been a while since I could. I don't know. We're singing old
Massachusetts own.
Yeah.
I've done that bit so many times on the show, but I love the fact that he's just like, I'm a good old country boy. And I'm like, you're from Massachusetts, you fucking lying
it's
sack
like
of shit.
fucking Joe Piscopo level of like Jersey's home to me. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm just out in the
Jersey boy.
fields over here in the Metro Boston area. Yeah, I'm just a good old Southern boy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Fucking
My favorite, though, have you ever seen that Club
weirdo.
Piscopo shit where Joe Piscopo's like, I'm just a Jersey boy, born and raised in the southern state. Or whatever the fuck. He made a country song about being from Jersey. It's like, bro, the fuck are you doing?
Oh my god, I love it. Punk's just fucking potatoing the shit out of Cena because he's just like trying to.
Yeah, and it's a
This is
big
pretty
shoulder tackle ref bump. And then we have
Oh.
fucking Rollins music's hitting. Oh, God, are we getting a cash in?
Wow, no way. We gotta fucking put Seth Rollins in.
If this is how Seth gets it off Cena, and then Cena planted a seed of him listening, I don't think they'll do it here, though. But think about it. Cena planted that seed of, I'll listen to the crowd. Right? And then, because they're going to turn him babyface right before he leaves, but he's going to glom
course,
Punk with
yeah.
this title. This is what's going to happen. Cena's going to glom Punk with the belt. He's going to pin Punk as the referee wakes up or whatever. And then Seth's just going to stand there menacingly. Yeah. He's not actually going to do shit.
I'm not gonna win now. I'm planning long term. Fucking awful. They don't make ACL sensitive enough for guys like him. By the way, this whole fucking Seth Money entrance song is a ripoff of some shitty Australian metalcore band.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think they're called Parkway Drive. Something really intimidating like that.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
And
their
so,
name
and
is
they
like-
have the same thing, like the
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Like Cookie Puss Avenue, like that's the name of the fucking band, and like no, it's just a complete rip off of some shitty metalcore band.
Wow.
I'm glad he dressed like Guy Fieri's boxer fucking briefs today. That's nice of him. God, I hate this.
What did
fucking
he
guy.
just do? He just like held his hand up and then did like the Paul Ellering like closed fist fucking go get them now, boys. I don't know. Parkway Drive is awesome. Someone in chat said. Uncle Dave says Grand Slam beat Raw because 500K on Max. Yeah, he's a fucking a liar. And they just almost killed CM Punk. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker literally almost just dropped him on his fucking head. Jesus Christ.
This is so.
Is this worth it to oh, and then they can't even get him up. They couldn't. These two big fucking behemoths, because they're not a fucking team, they're two singles guys, couldn't even get Punk up enough to slam him on that fucking table properly. Like, what is, man, I'm telling you, when I'm calling out this faction, I don't miss.
By the way, I'm behind on this thing. This whole thing is happening with these guys coming out and they're both attacking Punks. So are there no other referees here?
Oh man, and then Cena just one was running to the ring and Cena just fucking shoulder tackled him.
I hate.
Now he's
I think-
confronting fucking Seth.
Oh boy.
This is getting pretty overbooked here, to be honest.
Oh,
And like, what is Seth gonna do? And now they're chanting for Cena. See, now they're starting to turn Cena babyface already. See, he FUs. See, they're planting all these seeds because they gotta turn them. And when Rhodes says, I think we're 1 to 3 years away from me turning babyface or heel, he said that in an interview recently. I think that means we're like way closer. We're like 3 to 6 months away from him turning fucking heel type shit. But someone's coming out now to attack. So now Penta's coming out to attack Breaker and Reed. And he's doing his little dance. And why would he protect Cena? I guess he's got beef with Breaker, but like, it's just weird. So, well, like, good. I mean, good for Penta for getting to be involved in this segment, you know, like in a John Cena. Like, there's lots of eyeballs on Penta right now doing this, but like, I just don't. This is just convoluted AEW level fucking overbooked shit, you know? Am I alone on this chat or?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just tripping a little bit. Like, why are they doing all this right now? Like, it's just too much. Sami Zayn's coming out now. Okay, we don't care. Like, no one cares about Rollins' group. I'm sorry. And now Zayn's out here. We already seen him fight Cross. So Cross is such a bitch that Zayn's not beat up enough to where he's, you know what I mean? He could just come fight and beat up Braun Breaker. You know, who's going to stop Braun Breaker, like you said? Well, Sami Zayn's whooping his ass after he already fought with Karrion. So, like, how, like, you know, Karrion's just getting buried now. What the fuck?
I mean,
And
I'm thinking
Braun's just whooping Zayn. He's going to whoop him worse than Karrion did. So what's the point of this?
Real question, is the ref, has he died?
Now Penta's going to dive on them both? What in the Luchasaurus is this shit? Holy fuck. Oh my God. This is overbooked as shit.
Where's oh boy.
This is so bad.
Throw the match out at this point. Just throw it out. There's 15 people with 10 different entrances and all their music.
And now Cena's beating up the heels. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, so now they're cheering him, and now it's like we're getting it, but like already too, like now slowly, like they're gonna cheer for Cena a little bit because he beat up Seth, and he'll be like, this changes nothing. But then I don't fucking know, man. It's just you're doing like 3 weeks worth of shit in one shit because Cena's gonna be gone for 2 weeks after this or whatever, you know. This is trash. This is trash. Yeah, honestly. This is just overbooked fucking. Yeah, whose music? And now the crowd's chanting, this is awesome. And Cena and Punk square off without a ref. And it's like, what's going on, man? What is Vince going to come out next? No chance. Suck back what you got. No chance in hell. You got no chance. And gang.
Why is Cena hitting him? I don't know. Boy. All right, I think I'm gonna go make coffee. I'll see you. I'll see you on the other show. Like, because I can't watch another run, and I'm gonna rip my fucking hair out.
And Cena's doing the over the shoulder. Okay, well, if you're dipping out, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Joe Numbers, and I'll see you in a little bit, buddy. I'll be on your stream, and round of applause. This craziness, and I will see you guys in a bit. Okay. Cena steals it to end the show. Everyone's dead. This is ridiculous. This is ludicrousness. And Seth just like, when people come out and tease, that should count as their fucking cash in, chat. Okay. I don't understand why this is how they do it here. And so, yeah, Cena, the good guy, is definitely going to come back. Yeah, Vince came back and tore both quads. That would almost be better. You know what I'm saying? Just a little ridiculous here. Yeah, so a stomp to Punk, and then over the rope from Cena. He takes the pin. And then it gives motivation to, like, you know, Punk got beat by Rollins' shit, not Cena's shit. So there even could maybe be a rematch. Possibly, you know. I just don't know, man. So there's a post show next. What did I go? I went 5-1 here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 5-1, which is pretty spectacular. If you don't, I guess, yeah. I mean, all the schmoz stuff. I don't fucking know, man. It is what it is. The card was, I mean, pretty fun. I like these daytime shows. I'm not even gonna lie, but the card was pretty fun, I suppose. And overall, largely predictable. There was a lot of shit that happened all at the end there, and that's just too much. It was just too much. I gotta be honest. Like, they just did overkill. And then, yeah, Cross just kind of, I don't know. He didn't come out looking that good. Jade didn't either. I think Jacob came out looking really good. Rhea just beat Raquel again. What the fuck was that? And then, I mean, Rhodes won, super predictable. Then Cena made it out with the title, but how they got there was wild, man. Like, that's wildly convoluted how they got there. So, like, Seth's faction, no one gives a shit. It's stupid. It just diminishes Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. It made them like, oh, they could be in the world heavyweight title picture soon too. They're a glorified tag team. They couldn't even get Punk up to get him through that fucking table, which looks so bad. And then what else? Yeah, I mean, Hikuleo's debut was cool. It's cool to see him. Cena showed planting seeds, though. They're just planting seeds of, like, Cena did listen to the crowd. You know, he fought a little bit honorably. Seth comes out. He's beating up their faction. Now it gives them a reason to beat up Cena, right? And then from there, like, you know, Seth and Cena can feud a little bit. And then from there, we'll see what happens. I would be remiss if I didn't say that it's pretty clear that Seth Rollins is going to get involved at SummerSlam in some capacity as well, right? And maybe Rhodes and Cena are forced to team up, and then Rhodes ultimately turns heel on Cena, and we're like, oh shit. And then people will boo-boo on that because they'll be like, well, what was the point of whatever? But it's just to make all the money and break the internet and get all the headlines and let Cena do cool shit that he wants to do in his last run. Largely predictable, but I mean, that's what we're come to expect of these Saudi shows. And I would definitely like to have seen less bullshit at the end, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So overall, I grade that show a B-.
Acknowledge me.
That is what I rated there. So I'm checking in here. I'm floating around. I'm looking at my DMs. I don't know what's going on here with okay, so I'm joining. I got a link to a StreamYard. Yeah, so I'm going to jump on over to Wrestling Soup and that, but just in a moment, okay? I'm not like dipping out on you guys right away, and I want you guys to come watch. I'll get a link to I'm going to send you guys one for their show as well. So I can send it to them all. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and get a link to send you guys so that like you guys can all just float on over easily because there's like 200 or 330 of you watching across X and YouTube. So thank you all much. Round of applause for you guys. Yeah, I want to do a PWT raid of Soup. Like, I could keep streaming on my channel and shit, which is cool. I don't mind doing it if that's what they want me to do. But I also want to, like, if they're live, let me know too, chat. I don't know if their channel's live or whatever, because then it'll just be on YouTube. But I also just like, let's fucking go over there. You know what I mean? Let's go party on that channel. That'd be fun. But also, like, there's a couple things before we get that figured out. Like, there was a couple WWE things that I did want to go over. I'm going to save the Ryback stuff for after. But look at this. Look at what Mark Henry had to say about the Saudi Arabia show and what he.
Do you think that they're going to make that show and everything's going to go off without a hitch?
I think so. Like, Saudi Arabia is not the problem or a contributor to the negativity of the world, if you will. That war has been fought for 3,000 years. You're not going to change it. I'm not going to change it. Saudi Arabia is not going to change it. I'm going to tell you something about Saudi Arabia. They got the third largest air force in the world. Like, you don't want to fight them. You don't want to do nothing over there that ain't proper, because they will get you. And they don't have a system to where you got to go through Congress and you got to go through the board. No, you get caught over there, it's happening in the public square for everybody to see. Don't mess around. And I believe in that. People get mad at me all they want to. If the WWE goes over there, the full power of the king and his son are going to protect them and keep them safe. Nothing's going to happen. Saudi Arabia, bro, every time I went over there, I felt more at home and welcome than I do a lot of.
Yeah, guys. So that's what Mark Henry had to say. Here, guys, let's go. Here's the link to Soup. So this is where we're all going, okay? I just put it in chat, guys. If you can copy that or just go over to their YouTube channel, and it will be over there. I wonder if I can, like, do a quick edit and send all my YouTube folks over there, too. I'm going to check it out really quick. But, yeah, you know, Mark Henry ain't sweating nothing. And, again, people, you know, need to understand these sorts of things. NXT garnered its largest audience since March for Tuesday's show. Right, so 729K, and Meltzer's trying to pretend he's not counting the Netflix numbers, but he's trying to pretend that AEW Collision's even beating this. It's fucking ridiculous, man. We talked about SmackDown doing 25K. We missed Ren's Day. We're gonna do a double dose of Ren's Day next Ren's Day. But John Gabarick, who oversees the production of the Saudi shows and is very much the company liaison to that country, flew from Riyadh to meet with talents and take the charter flight back over with them, in part to assure everyone that everything was fine and that this trip would be no different than the usual visit to the Middle East. We saw it. Cena went on last, so that's very, very telling about what their plans were. Speaking of SmackDown, it will be 2 hours on USA Network starting next week, back to 2 hours. And I think we all can appreciate that. Like, even though we're getting used to the 3 hour ones, I think 2 hours is the way to go. Julia won the US title. And yeah, we saw the John Cena statue there. Yeah, and that, I guess, was breaking news. Or sorry, no, Brandon Thurston says, with tomorrow's event, WWE will have been paid by the Saudi government 1.5 times the total value of every WrestleMania ticket sale ever, adjusting for inflation. So they've paid, you know, every ticket sale from WrestleMania ever has been about 400 million. The Saudis have paid WWE 600 million up to this point now. Fucking incredible. I'm going to see if I can set up a raid of the, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was WWE news and Crown Jewel. I hope, or Crown Jewel, I keep calling it that. Like, it might as fucking well be, you know what I mean? Because Night of Champions, like, there wasn't even that many title matches. The main shit was crowning people with the jewel crown, you know? So it might as well be called that. Yeah, so stick with me here. Head over to Wrestling Soup, whatever you guys are doing. I'm going to try and see if I can't set up like a, you know, send everybody there just right when this ends, you know. I'm going to set that up right now. So chat, let me know what you guys thought about it, like overall. You know, what did you guys think about this show? Was it good? A B plus? A B minus? Let me know. So yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can't set up like a raid. How do you do that shit on YouTube? I'm like such a noob. It doesn't not good at this shit. So we're gonna, I don't know. If someone in chat knows, then we can. Better than last year. I love me some Ren. Meh, C, B-. Yeah, I'm fine with all the BS at the end. No one really cares about the Saudi show, so I would have been happy if they overbooked the ending even more just to take the piss. Yeah, okay. That's okay. Let me just look this up here. How to send all my live viewers to another stream, YouTube. Here we go. Live tab, hover over the redirect. Okay, customization. Is that what this is? Oh, yeah, we can redirect. Fuck yeah. So we're going to redirect everyone over to, oops, that is not my, over to there. Oh, no, I can't because they need to give me privileges to do it. Okay, well, whatever. You guys have the fucking link. All right, I'll post it one more time in chat, and I'll ask Wrestling Soup to give privileges for next time. Yeah, guys, so thank you for being here. I had a wonderful evening. Make sure you tune in on Monday for the member show. Make sure you guys tune into Wrestling Soup right now, and make sure you guys tune into Wednesday's show as well if you're not a member. But become a member. It's only 99 cents. Gift a membership. Join Patreon, and you get access to my Member Monday shows, which are fun as shit. And yeah, come hang out with the Soup Boys. Check me out on Wednesday as well, because that will be a super fun, awesome show. I assure you of that as well. And I put the link in the chat again. It is a Sicko Saturday, so I'll leave you guys with the Sicko anthem. And yeah, thank you all for being here again. Round of applause for the PWT universe. You guys are goated always, as always. And yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy some Squid Game 3. Okay. What's that show? Stranger Things isn't out till November, so fuck them. And until next time, I'll see you in the Upside Down. Or potentially on an island playing a game for billions of dollars. No. Yeah, I don't know. I'm losing my shit. It was an early show, guys. I had a late night early show. Come check out Soup. See you in the Upside Down. Peace and love. Thank you for another great one.
It is a fast-acting viral strain that infects the host immediately, and upon getting sick, the infected will become racked with coughs, sweat profusely, and start to get the shivers and chills.
There he is, the legend. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah. You can't literally run a promotion just for the AEW, what do they call them, sickos?
Thank you very much, TikTok and AEW. See you tonight.
Tony Khan started telling people there's no such thing as long-term booking anymore. It's week to week.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
We have just secured the bag.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It was just sort of happened naturally. But it was never something I intended. It was just something that happened because the wrestlers asked me to do things in matches, and I do them.
If you run a promotion just for the sickos, you're going to do 400,000 viewers eventually.
Effing Meltzer.
Know that SmackDown actually went over and everything?
Yeah.
You know,
What's the point?
the point of SmackDown.
What are you getting at here?
That the DVRs didn't pick it up.
Did they not pick it up?
Mine didn't.
Let's get into everybody's favorite moment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week.
What would you like to listen to in your ears?
I'd like to hear the flute.
Well, if you'd like to flaunt your flute, then we can find you a flautist.
We have just secured the bag.
It doesn't help me.
Okay, so complain, but
I will complain.
Let me have my misery.
And when I heard that, I was like, what?
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
You gotta run a promotion for everybody. The sickos can be the ones that buy tickets first and spend the most money on the merchandise.
Because we have just secured the bag.
But like, you gotta promote for everybody. Then you'll have a lot of viewers.
I think we proved a lot of so-called experts. We made them look like idiots. We're not going anywhere. Tony Khan's not going anywhere.
You'll also be there on TNT. You'll be in 2 places at once. You'll be live on my favorite movie. Time. It's so great, Pittsburgh.
It's not like I tried to be a character. It sort of happened naturally.
The best guy is Tony Khan.
Keep themselves safe.
Boring. Well, so how many high school boys does it take to change a light bulb?
Want to light up your life? Yeah! Never do a Slim Jim! Turn to the spice! Baby, do the dice!